Guys, what is going on? Happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday. Boy, oh boy, guys. Guys, you know what's funny? We actually haven't done this since December 31st, or is it January 1st? Where we are trying to look at who the biggest simp is, right? Guys, I think that the five candidates have been Dwayne Wade, Will Smith, Prince Harry, and Russell Wilson, right? But guys, here comes a new challenger. Guys, we have a new challenger on the block, all right? Guys, I'm going to drop the link early. That's what I'm going to do because I want as many guys on the panel as possible, right? Kelvin, what's up, dude? Good to see you, my friend. It is good to see you as usual. 2000s guy, what's up, man? Keyshawn says, who's the biggest simp? Thought it was Prince Harry or Will Smith. Now Shannon Sharpe pay for the snow bunny. Facts. We'll talk about at the wig store. Let me see. 2000s guys here. Brian Tucker, what's up, dude? Let's see. Remixers here. Ray's Eyes here. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you as usual. Good to see you, my friend. Tim Hicks, Red Door, Captain Palsy, Steve M. Steve M, what's going on, my friend? It's good to see you. Let's see.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Equilibrium, Anon, John Carlo, what's up, man? Guys, hit the like button. Guys, I did drop the link for anyone who wants to come on up. Guys, hit the join button for a membership. Appreciate that. And guys, hold on. Let's break some news first, guys, right? I gotta do this here. 1 second, guys. 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull up this news story. But yeah, guys, there's simps everywhere. Guys, there's a simp-epidemic going on, all right? Absolutely insane. Here we go, guys. Let's break some news. Here we go. All right, guys, let me share my screen, right? Let me share my screen. Now, guys, we haven't done an Ice Baby in a while. Look at this, guys.
And I'm Joe Torres. We'll get to those stories and the beautiful weather in just a moment, but we begin with an ICE detainment that sparked immediate calls for transparency and change.
2 days ago, Yeon-Soo Go appeared for her routine court date. She was scheduled for an immigration hearing, but then disaster struck and she was detained by...
I thought that ICE was full of racists that were targeting Hispanics, right? Guys, anyone can get it, right? Right, guys? This chick's Korean, and all she got was... Na. Hey. Goodbye.
ICE agents just minutes after walking out of that hearing. Today, dozens gathered in support of ICE detainees like her. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore has details.
Flowers adorn the fence outside Federal Plaza Immigration Court. as religious and city leaders beat the drums in support of loved ones detained by ICE agents.
We're watching neighbors from across New York City getting disappeared.
One of the latest, 20-year-old Yeonsu Go, the daughter of beloved Episcopal priest Kyrie Kim and a graduate of Scarsdale High School in Westchester County. The South Korean native moved here in 2021 with her mom. A lawyer close to the case tells me Go had an application to extend her current visa, which was set to expire in December. She was ordered to appear in court on Thursday for a procedural hearing on the application. According to the lawyer, the judge...
Pitmaster, what's up, man? Long time no see. OSSR's in the house. What's up, man? Hold on, let me do this real fast. Let me do this. 1 second. 1 second. OSSR, can you please drop the link to your channel in the chat, please, my friend? Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
The judge gave Go a date to return to court in October, but ICE agents met her outside the building.
Her mom was really just in denial and she was heartbroken. And when she called me at night later that day, she was breaking down.
Go spoke to her boyfriend and friends before the hearing.
She has been like a little nervous, like given the climate, and reasonably so. And now her fears have come true.
Her mother gets regular calls from Yeonsu, and she's staying at 26 Federal Plaza, which, as we all know, is not actually a facility that has showers or beds or hot food. And so the detention...
Guys, are your arms sore from playing the violin? Guys, right? Come on.
Here are not only illegal, but they're immoral.
The New York Immigration Coalition says these types of arrests are happening more and more and offers this.
Who cares? Let's see. Here you go.
Happy birthday.
Guys, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Bay Area father adjusts to life in Mexico after deportation. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. You know what I have to say to that, guys?
Hey, dear Miguel, happy birthday to you.
It's a bittersweet moment for Miguel Angel Lopez. His son just called him from Livermore for his 47th birthday. The life he enjoyed a few months ago was wiped away when he was deported to Mexico. His wife flew to visit him for his birthday.
Not having my kids here breaks my heart.
Miguel lived in Livermore for 29 years. Now he's in the outskirts of Mexico City, away from his wife Rosa and his 3 kids, all of whom are U.S. citizens.
I'm not used to this. I mean,
here's the thing. If his wife is a citizen, why didn't he get citizenship? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm used to get up every morning.
He should have done the paperwork.
Want to go to work and come back and see my family.
Steve, man, thanks for handing out some memberships, man. Thanks for the 5 memberships. Appreciate that. Thanks for that, my friend. All right.
I never thought this was going to happen.
Miguel emigrated illegally to the U.S. when he was 18. He and Rosa were married in 2001, and she applied for his legal residency. But ICE rejected it because he lied about being a U.S. citizen when he crossed the border. He's been fighting to stay in the U.S. ever since.
It was like 17 years that I was reporting to immigration until last time that I went, they detained me.
He had a routine appointment at the San Francisco.
Guys, here's the thing. At each one of those appointments, they could have deported him. I'm just saying. You know? Like, what's going on? Like, the reason why why you show up is so they can monitor you, and then any administration can choose enforcement discretion.
Francisco Immigration Office on May 27th.
So as soon as we got in the elevator, he told me that I was going to be detained.
Within hours, Miguel was taken to an immigration detention center in McFarland and then another one near Bakersfield.
They were like, you're going to get deported. You're going to go to Tijuana.
It's either I'm here with him and my kids are back at home, or I'm home with my kids and he's out here.
Miguel's deportation has upended the entire family. He was the sole wage earner. Up until his deportation, he was a welder and a machinist at Went Winery.
It's kind of hard to survive here with the pay that they get here than to have to support my family.
Since President Trump took
Man, his kids better get a job. His wife better get a job. Shoot.
office, more than 56,000 Mexicans have been deported.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go.
Y te damos todos los apoyos que dé el gobierno.
But only 4% of the 40,000 people deported by mid-June had found jobs.
Anyways,
Good
guys,
evening. I'm Tanya
there's
Rivera.
one more
And I'm Joe
story,
Torres.
and we'll get to the topic here. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it here. I hope it didn't move. There's a chick that was, darn it. There's one where this chick there was a, let's see. There was a chick. Look at this. More babies born to women over 40 than teens. Yikes. Let's just save that for later. Let's see. Where was it? There. This one chick. Here it is.
We're learning new details now in the case of a missing Huntsville realtor. 5 people are wanted in connection to the December 2024 abduction of Ronald Dumas Jr. One of them appeared in court today in Madison County. Way 31's Julia Miller joins us live from the courthouse after attending the Aniah's Law hearing. And Julia, what did you learn?
Tori, Kiera Clark was in court today. She's one of 2 suspects who was arrested in Tennessee. She was extradited to Madison County earlier this week. Investigators with the Huntsville Police Department took the stand today and shared new details about her alleged role in Dumas' disappearance. Investigator Robert Brady testified that through bank records and surveillance video, police identified 2 women they believe Dumas hired for prostitution the night he went missing.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. So he hired 2 304s, 2 B-Dub 304s, and what happened? They took him out. You understand? Guys, why? Why? How can someone be so stupid? Why? Makes no sense. Look at that.
One of those women, Sabrina Chambers, was allegedly working with a man named Quantarius White. Investigators say text messages on Kiera Clark's phone linked her to White. Police say White told Clark that Dumas had $7,000 in his bank account. In response, Clark allegedly told White to torture Dumas and to get access to his phone and funds.
The amount of evidence that the police department has gathered up through phone records and electronic surveillance, all the things that they have done in this case, it stretches across 2 states. There's a lot to this case, a lot of players involved, and just the amount of work that the investigation has been so far, it makes it much different than a lot of other cases.
Although Clark was never physically in Madison County, police believe she helped orchestrate the entire thing from afar. The text messages between Clark and White also mentioned a plan to return to Memphis with Dumas, who police believe was still alive when they left. The defense argues that those texts are the only piece of evidence linking Clark to the case, and that there's no proof she was the one who sent them. Judge Mann denied Clark's bond. She will remain behind bars in the Madison County Jail. Coming up on Way 31 News at 5, we'll hear directly from Ronald Dumas' family. Reporting live in Huntsville with coverage you can count on, Julia Miller, Way 31 News.
There you go, guys. Look at that. You know? Look at this.
And now, new at 6, developments in the search for an Alabama realtor missing since December.
Ronald Dumas Jr. was abducted in Huntsville, and investigators believe he was brought here to the Memphis area. Today, one of the suspects charged in his disappearance is out of jail in Shelby County and booked in Alabama. WREG's Raven Copeland spoke to the missing man's family as they asked the Memphis community for help in solving this case.
This has been going on for 7 months now.
7 months. He's dead as a duck on New Year's Eve, man.
And it's still surreal. It's like you never, not recognize that it's going on, but you have moments where it just hits you, like last night for me.
It's been an agonizing 7 months for the family of Alabama realtor Ronald Ronnie Dumas Jr., who Huntsville police say was abducted on December 15th. Days after his abduction, investigators say his cell phone was tracked in the Memphis area, which eventually led to warrants for 5 people who were later arrested in Parkway Village. Kentarius White and Kiera Clark are considered key suspects in Ronnie's disappearance. Clark made her $500,000 bond at the Shelby County Jail and is now booked in the Madison County Jail in Huntsville, while White remains in custody in Shelby County.
I'm definitely hopeful that now that one of the suspects is here in Alabama, that she'll be more willing to open up about what happened that night.
Shakira.
John Carlo. Dude, nowhere in Mexico is going to become a U.S. state because it will cost too much money to get them up to our federal and state standards. And then the people working there, because of the way that their infrastructure is set up and they're not using U.S. dollars now, wouldn't be able to contribute enough to the economy to make it viable. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way any part of Mexico could contribute enough to justify becoming a U.S. state. There's no way.
Samples, the mother of Ronnie's son, tells WREG that the family hopes one of the suspects will tell police what happened. The family is also calling on the Memphis community to come forward with any information that can lead to answers.
This is why you don't let these 304s, man. He paid for the nay and then he got cooked, Anyways, so guys, right to the subject matter at hand, okay? Oops, what is this? Okay, guys, let's start a poll here, all right? Let's do this. Start a poll. Who is the biggest simp? Russell Wilson. Shannon Sharpe. Prince Harry. Will Smith. I can only do 4. That sucks. Right now we have Russell Wilson, Shannon Sharpe, Prince Harry, Will Smith, and who's the other one we always talk about? Let's see. Who's the other one that we always talk about? Oh, look. Another Florida teacher. This female teacher was going after a female student. Yikes, man. These lesbians. This is no joke, dude. Straight up. Guys, who's the other one? We have Dwayne Wade. We have Russell Wilson, Shannon Sharpe, Prince Harry, Will Smith. So should I? Okay, I can only do 4 options, guys. So should I put Prince Harry on here, or should I put Dwayne Wade? I'll put Dwayne Wade and not Prince Harry. There you go. Okay, there you go. Start poll. Okay. So, guys, let's start with Russell Wilson. Okay, and guys, I dropped the StreamYard link for anyone who wants to come on up. Guys, Guys, what are you talking about? Guys, Bill Burr, he's funny and he's nowhere near. If you guys can say that he's got a little soft in his old age, but he's almost 60 and he has like 3 kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Guys, Bill Burr is nowhere near the simp that Shannon Sharpe, Russell Wilson, Dwayne Wade, and Will Smith is. Okay? Come on, guys. You know? Just because he made some stupid political statements or whatever, you know what I'm saying, doesn't make him as much like anywhere near a simp, you know? He's just chilling out in his old age a little bit. But all right, guys, so here we go. This is where see, guys, okay, let's pump the brakes here, right? Guys, Bill Burr has made me laugh for over 3 decades. Okay? I'm not gonna disqualify Bill Burr because of the last like 6 months or like a year. You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys, we can't do that over here, right? Maybe he said some stuff because he doesn't like the Orange Man or whatever. Fine, you know. But guys, Bill Burr's he's not a simp. He's not this. He's not that. Guys, if you're gonna disqualify someone that's made you laugh and actually like been reasonable for almost 40 years, come on, guys. Let's be honest here. Oh, Bill Burr said something about the Orange Man that I don't like. So what? He talks about everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, some of the stuff that his wife says on his podcast, I think is pretty dumb. Obviously, you know. But guys, Bill Burr's last special was funny. He's hilarious, you know. But guys, think of the last 35 plus years of his comedy, and you guys are just gonna close the book on him. I think that's a little short-sighted, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know. But guys, the other guys we're talking about are simps. Now, guys, here is Russell Wilson talking about how he manifested that single mom 304 wife of his. All right, here we go, guys.
Perfectionist, you know, I think you're always hoping that everything goes great, you know, and you know, relationship before I was young, I was in that, you know, and everything else, and then you know, all of a sudden I'm single, and I'm like,
no, Sith Lord, you can say that, dude. We can agree to disagree, guys. Look, we're all just people having a conversation. We are allowed to have differences in opinion. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that I don't want us to act like wokey wokes or 304s, where the people that we enjoy say one thing and then we disqualify them. Because that's a very, and Sith Lord, I'm not saying that you're doing this, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you've seen more that he said than I have, but like I just don't see, like I see that the wokey wokes will wait for someone to say one thing and then all of a sudden they're like, you know? But I don't do that. I at least give people the benefit of the doubt. So, yeah, you know what? I like Bill Burr. So you guys can joke around all you want. But guys, I've watched all the specials. How many times? I listened to his podcast. I've seen him live like 7 times. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
man, I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm single for a while. I had a whole plan, man. I'm gonna be single for like 10 years. C game just changed everything. Bro. She done changed everything. You know, like a year into it, and I just remember, you know, being before I met C, like, God, what do I really want? Yeah. Like, what do I really? I remember 3 days before I met C, I remember being in my being at church with my Pastor Judah, and I was talking to him, and he said something in a sermon. He said non-negotiables. And it had nothing to do with relationships. He was just talking about non-negotiables. He said the word non-negotiables. And I remember going to dinner with him afterwards. I said, dude, you said something in your sermon. I was like, it hit me. And he was like, what's that? He said non-negotiables. He said, yeah. I said, but I feel like marriage, life, you know, everything else, like you're trying to be with somebody, like I feel like marriage is like you gotta have non-negotiables. It's like a business. It's like a business deal. Not to be cold, but it's like we're gonna be partners for life. Like we're gonna do this. Like you gotta have your non-negotiables. He said, okay, I like that. I said, I feel like in every business you gotta have your non-negotiables. I said, let's write down 5.
And somehow a chick that's been passed around by rappers and has a bastard kid and is some rapper's baby mama number 5 is not a non-negotiable? What are you talking about?
Beta.
Look at that, guys. Look at that.
non-negotiables. I remember saying this at the steakhouse. And I said, let's get a napkin. I got a little napkin. I said, I'm gonna write my 5 non-negotiables down. He said, okay, what are they? And he said, why 5? I said, 5 is the number of grace. It means grace in the Bible. Right? In marriage, life, you gotta have grace for one another. So I'm gonna write 5 of them. The first one was this. The first one was, I want a woman that of great faith. She's got like just great faith. She's a believer. That was important to me because believing in Jesus, all that meant a lot to me. That's number one thing. Number 2 was I want a woman who is faithful, not just to me, but to everything that she does, to anything and everything that she does.
He's saying this about Sierra, please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I got to do one more thing for housekeeping here. Yeah, guys. Put a 1 if you agree. Any guy who dates and marries a single mom, come on, dude. Come on, man. You are an idiot. You are a moron. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you are gonna go. Okay. Yep. Keyshawn says he's coping. He's coping to justify the fact that he's dating a single, dried up, single mom. Facts. Yep, that's true. Very, 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 very true.
The third thing is I want a woman that was gonna love me the way my mom loved my dad. Right? Like just how my dad was on his deathbed, just like she was willing to do anything and everything for us and for him. And I think that like you want a woman that's got grit, that's going to be there when it's thick, when it's tough, when it's hard, and things aren't going well, whatever it may be in life. When my dad has leg amputated or whatever it may be. I think the other thing was I wanted a woman who was independent. Didn't have to be Sierra, but like had the right identity, wanted to, volunteer, wanted to be a doctor, wanted to be whatever it is. But then,
look at this guy, Beta. Guys, wait a minute. How can you talk about having her be Christ-centered and be biblical and stuff, but then she's independent? Guys, what is the role of a woman in the Bible? Anyone in the chat? Put this in the chat. Look at this. Someone says, he said, what responsibilities can I take? Not how can I help? So he doesn't see her parenting and tending to the family as her sole responsibility. I thought this was supposed to be biblical. Thank you. Submission. Help me. Yes, exactly. God, what a simp. What an absolute simp. Look at that. And of course, all these B-dubs. Oh my God, he gets it. He's so amazing. Guys, he's gonna get divorced. And guys, how many times have we heard, oh, well, he was in Seattle and Sierra hate living in Seattle. He's an NFL quarterback. C. Grip says, how can you want a traditional chick like your mom, but also marry a woman who had Pookie's baby and used womb and shakes her ass? Facts. If she was really, really biblical, the only 2 words out of her mouth should be yes and sir. Period. Clown world.
At the end of the day, like had their own identity, didn't want to just be Russell's wife, but just like had their own identity of what they wanted to be and create and do in life. And I think the last thing was that I wanted a woman who would tilt the room. Like when they walk in the room, all the furniture slides her way. You know what I mean? Like everything slides her way.
That's a cold bar right there. That's a cold bar. I ain't gonna hold you.
And so for me, like I just remembered that. I wrote that down. We prayed over. And 3 days later, I met C.
That's crazy.
And
that's beautiful.
And
so 6 things. So the 6
things.
The last 2 was 1. 2 for 1.
You sipping on that tea over there. But like but for me,
it's so funny because Russell Wilson, he was raised like I in the suburbs, speaking proper English. But Russell Wilson always wants this street cred. He always, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not how you talk, Russell. Stop trying to be street. Stop trying to be hood. That's not you, bro. What are you talking about?
Like those are the 2 pivotal moments in my life. And just having children has been like, man, it's been so cool. just, it really shows you what love is, you know, just to
Facts.
be able to love kids and just do that.
You talked about your non-negotiables with your life partner, with your wife Sierra, and you know, obviously y'all relationship is goals to people, and you know, y'all relationship.
It's goals,
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Guys, put a yes or a no if you think that Russell Wilson's relationship is goals. Hell no. Can you imagine? Guys, I would rather be a simp on my level. As a non-simp on my level than a rich simp. You know what I'm saying?
Relationship obviously is something that you wear so proudly everywhere you go, and you know, we could always talk about everything that she means to you, but you know, how do you show up for her every day? I feel like people just see, you know, the quote unquote football wife, and it's like all the things she has to be for you.
Like what?
You already talked about how much you've had to sacrifice as far as time and preparation and being present, all that type of stuff. How do you show up for her? How it's like,
man, you know, first of all, I think Sierra's greatness is one of a kind. There's
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
She's one of a kind, huh? Is that why she was tossed around the whole rap world and all, you know, friggin' Future, Bow Wow? What? Let's look at Sierra's exes. Here we go. Okay. These are Sierra's exes. Look at this, guys. Look at this. So she was with Lil Bow Wow. She's with Future, Trey Songz, Cam Newton, 50 Cent, two other guys I don't even know. Clown World. Guys, I think Russell Wilson might be out in the front. You guys know that you can change your votes, right? Guys, I didn't know this. Wow. All these dudes passed her around. Look at that, guys. Look at this. Russell Wilson wifed this. Wow. Oh, this Amari Stoudemire is a NBA player. Yikes, man. Absolutely insane. What a simp. Look at that.
There's really no one like her. You know, obviously there's Beyonce, Rihanna, special people, you know, and you know, I think she's got the heart of gold, man. She has a unique ability.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
To impact a room, like I said, you know, being a light in the room. Like I thought I was good with people. Like I thought I was like, I'm pretty damn good with people. You know what I mean? She is amazing. Like how she walks in a room and how she brings joy and peace and love to every situation. She never blinks. Like she, you know, people may have said something wrong about her, done something wrong. She just walks with grace, walks with love. Like I just think how she handles things is pure. She's the purest person I know. And so I think the best part about it too, though, is that like how I try to be there for her, which really she's her own boss. She's her own.
She's her own boss. How about that, guys, right? Yeah. She's her own boss. Uh-huh. Guys, look at that. Look at that.
CEO, own leader, and everything else. But man, we just get to do a lot of things together, business, life, being a partner. You know, like she's super busy. She's in Cannes right now, France right now. Like right, she's busy going back and forth and this and that.
Where is any of this in the Bible? You know? Look at that.
Like, what can I do for the kids? What can I do here? What can I do? What responsibilities can I take? And like for me, like I'm more of like we have a good like dynamic because like she's like really tender with the kids. I am too, but I'm like when I say no, it's no. When I say yes, it's yes. Like there's
right. Yeah, right. You don't wear the pants in your household. She does. Come on.
She'll call me like
the buck stops with you.
She'll call me like, I need you to talk to Win. I'm like, I got it. You know, but part of it though is that like what I want to always be for her is just a safe place to talk to, a safe place to be. You know, I think, you know, I always want her to know the best place in the world is in my arms. You know what I mean? Beta. And so I think a big part of that is just always just trying to do love really well. I think part of like the love dynamic and everything else is like, there's two things I believe, right? Like number one is like, I think the first thing is you got to keep competing. You know, when you first meet somebody, you're willing to compete every day. Like, oh, I'm gonna need the girl.
The honeymoon phase.
Yeah. Like you're willing to do the flowers, this or that. You're gonna keep competing, right? But like you want to just make sure you're at your best, you know, for them daily. The eye contact, the ability to sit at dinner and be like, I'm put my phone down. Just when we're here on date night, like we have a date night, we have a plan, like right. So like, hey, every Friday we're gonna do date night. Right. So like we're planning on that. Like, okay, if she's busy because she's so busy traveling the world or whatever, it's like, okay, let's make that Friday a Monday. Right? Let's move it and shift it. And I think that dialogue and communication is really important to me to keep competing in terms of communication and planning. I think the second piece to it though is, and this is a fundamental thing I really believe, is that the act of continual surprise. Like the small things, right? Like I think to be able to surprise her with flowers here, or to write a note to her, or to show up on set when she's thinking, there's no way he's gonna be able to get here in time, you know, and there's no way he's not gonna be able to do it. But like, you know, I may have shifted my morning to do treatment earlier so I can know I don't have to do it in the afternoon or whatever it may be so I can get there. So like those little subtleties I think are really critical, but I just want to always be an open ear and open heart, you know, to everything her, you know, and so that's a cool part.
Take notes, fellas. Give me some great advice.
Yeah, we're gonna take notes, right, guys?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Come on, guys, Guys, it's so bad Steve had to call in. Steve, what's up, man? What's up, man?
What's going on, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We're all going to hell, man. We're all going to hell.
Just make sure the YouTube is turned off in the background. You know what I'm saying? And you're good. So I can hear you, but just I don't want you hearing because there's a delay. So just whatever the YouTube is on, turn it off and only be on the line. So if it's on your TV, turn your TV off. If it's on your laptop, turn it off. So
Roger that.
Kelvin says Dwayne Wade's the biggest simp because he lets Gabrielle do whatever with his kids, and she's got to turn them all LDHT TV. Facts, man. That's absolute facts.
Garlic croutons, dude.
Look at that, guys. Absolutely. Steve, what do you think about this? You know? Well, what is this? Guys, here's the thing. So Sierra actually got bodied by these chicks, by the 304s, because she made this like independent woman song recently. And all the women were like, aren't you married? Hold on. I think Secret, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
Hold on, Sierra. What is going on here? Hold on, guys. Sorry, my thing's acted up. Sierra, independent song. Independent song. I can't spell today. Song. Did you hear about this, Steve? Secret? Where like she tried to have this song.
Yeah, I just had to dial in because
go for it, man.
That poll you put on, you know, I was hoping things would get better, that men would do better, be better, and you would think that, you know, we would learn from, you know, I have this saying, smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from the mistakes of others, and effing idiots just choose never to learn. And it's okay to be an idiot every once in a while. Just don't choose to be one your whole effing life.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the fact of the matter is, you know, there's this saying, you know, money only makes you more of what you already are.
Yeah, that's true.
And so if you are a monster, if you're a saint.
Yeah, money's like alcohol. You know what I'm saying? It brings out the real you.
Yeah. And if you a sucker or a simp, more money just makes you a bigger sucker and simp.
That's true.
And that's what we're seeing right now in this whole clown world.
Yep.
Too many men give up their power. They don't recognize their value.
Yep.
And they're willing to accept the okie doke.
Yep.
And so, you know, this whole Russell Wilson thing, you know, I didn't even see this interview, but it literally made me sick to my stomach.
Hey,
Because
Secret.
it's like, you're the prize.
Yeah. Yep. You're rare. Yeah. But that's the number one thing that this misandrous, gynocratic society, what does is it makes men not realize our value. Because here's the thing. Kevin Samuel said it the best. Hey, do you remember back in the day when Kevin had said that when he started his coaching business, he would talk to these Fortune 500 CEOs and executives and all these titans of industry, and they were like bastions, like they were men among men, right?
Yeah.
But their wife treated them like they were on fries at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You are Seagrip, the CEO of Walmart. And you come home and your wife, you moron, you idiot, you ain't. That's crazy.
But see, here's the thing. It starts gradually.
Yes.
And so I always tell people, disrespect doesn't happen all at once. It starts gradually. And it's called death by 1,000 concessions.
Yep, that's true.
And so, because at the end of the day, as men, we value peace. And when we come home, like we're out here slaying dragons and fighting demons and trying to make it, and just out here trying to make it do what it do. And when we come home, we're not trying to battle, you know, in our own household. And so we go along to get along. And once you start down that path and you don't start nipping that disrespect in the bud, when you don't start, when she starts giving you that her S test, you know, this I was just telling a boy of mine, you know, like Newton's law of physics, you know, an object in motion stays in motion. Once you start tricking and, you know, she starts off with $10 and then next you know, it's 50, then you're getting the hair done. Next thing you know, she's getting pissed off and showing up late. And you start making allowances and more allowances.
Yeah, that's true.
Slow and gradual. Death by 1,000 concessions.
But here's the thing also too, because here's the thing. It all starts from the fact that we've heard this weaponized incompetence foolishness, right? Where we go, men never do anything right. A man will never go to a woman's house and say that how she organizes her shoes is wrong, how her house is wrong. A woman will go to a man's house and say, Secret, why do you leave your work boots in front of the door? Why do you only have 5 dishes? It's his house. A man respects that a woman does things differently than her. A woman thinks for some reason that it's her way or the highway, extrapolates that till Seagrip can't take care of himself. And then what happens, right? She will be with Seagrip, who can give her a life that she could never afford on her own, ever. Let's just say that he's a CEO of, that he's partner at a law firm. You are the equivalent to a baron or a duke. You know what I'm saying? She can never get there on her own, but then has the nerve and the gall to tell you how to live your life. When you obviously, guys, Secret, I'm gonna tell you this. I know multiple guys right now that are $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year earners. Whose wives, like, they obviously have a good track record of making life decisions, all right? Because in order to get there, but their wives basically, because they do the happy wife, happy life thing, they're defaulting the marriage decisions to the person that doesn't have a good track record of making good life decisions.
Exactly.
Clown world.
I had to tell this one woman I was dealing with, it was your best thinking that got you in this situation. Do you really think it's going to be that same thinking that gets you out of it?
Facts. Yeah.
I was dating this one woman, and I remember when I broke up with her. I actually had to tell her, you know, life with you would be insufferable. I'm done. And I remember when we were in the relationship, and she was like, you know, talking about partners. I'm like, no, you're not my partner. You are not my equal. You know, I'm not going to have someone making a minimum wage. I'm making 6 figures, and you're minimum wage.
But
and
not
you
just
think
that.
You my equal?
It doesn't matter if she makes more money than you. If someone breaks into that house, you got to take the bullet. If you're out on the street and some crazy dude tries to grab her, you got to go whip Big Butchie. That's how it works. You
Well,
are expected to sacrifice your life for her.
exactly.
So it doesn't matter how much money that she makes because you are not partners.
I'm going to be
Partners
the
means
one
if they want
that
things
has to make
equal,
things work.
yeah, then she's going to have to jump out in front of the bullet for you. How about that?
Exactly. And so,
Foolishness.
yeah. And so, at the end of the day, my hope is that, see, I think I, I like to think that I'm lucky because I was born in the 70s. So before the internet,
Yeah.
before all this social media. And so when it came to meeting women, I had to do it the old fashioned way. I had to learn what attracted women to men. And then I had to work to be that. I'm not and in my mind, it was like, okay, I need to start making money. Bam.
Yep.
I need to be in shape. Bam. I need to, make sure my hair is fresh. I need to make sure I dress nice.
Hey,
And
whoa,
so
whoa,
this
whoa.
way,
Secret. Hold on. Wait. How old are you now?
54.
I'm going to say, I know you are because you just said you got to make sure your hair is fresh. Let's go.
No, but
Let's go. The Generation X in the house. Let's go.
no, but see, here's the thing.
Did you have the Bobby Brown face? Every little
Yes, I
step
did.
I take,
Yes, I did.
every
Yes, I
little
did.
step. Let's go.
Used to go to house parties every week.
I interrupted you. Sorry, buddy.
No, but that's cool. But
Reason?
something. But I'm fortunate and I'm blessed
Mm-hmm.
because I had to learn. I was that guy that had to, approach women in bars or at clubs or at the pool hall or stuff like that, or meet women on the street. So I had to learn how to have the gift of gab and build that value. And I was a late adopter to, online dating and social media because I called it cyberhoeing. And but once I got into it, it was like on steroids. It's like, okay, this is like plucking fish, fishing with dynamite. And so that's why I keep telling, a lot of my friends, the best way to not have to deal with a person's BS is to have more options.
That's true. Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
And so,
Yep.
and that, you want to be someone that attracts people to you. And you do that by being an attractive person, living an interesting life, doing interesting shit, and just being about your business.
Yeah.
And you will find women that will want to come into your world.
Yep.
I used to freak out, when I was thinking about this whole P. Diddy thing, because I used to take girls to Atlantic City all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, it'll be Friday afternoon. I'm getting off from work, and I'll just, pick up the phone, call, check. Hey, I'm going to AC for the weekend. You down? Oh yeah, I'm down. Can my girlfriend come? Can my cousin come? I said, yo, is she down to get down? Oh yeah, she down.
But
Because if
see,
she
but here's the
not,
thing,
yeah,
Secret. Here's the issue.
yeah,
How many you guys put a 1 if you know? We all know how scandalous 304s are, right? Guys,
yeah.
we all know how scandalous. Guys, put a 1 if you've smashed a chick, smashed her cousin, and smashed her friend. Guys, and they all know you, right? Guys, I want 1, right? But guys, these chicks will say that to even suggest that women are like that.
How dare you?
These chicks were going to Freakniks and Freak-Offs willingly. They were willingly going to these places. They were willingly doing these things. We've been to colleges and frat houses and all that stuff. We've seen chicks come on, ride a train and ride it. That's what we've seen. But these chicks are, oh no, they would never do this on their own. They're children. They know not what they do. Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
But here's
What
the
you said?
thing. But the sad fact of the matter is, your average guy out here don't have those options.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have the imagination to see or to know what's possible. Not having the right mentor. And even if you do have the right mentor or someone you can learn from, what I find is so many men who are educated, who do make good money. Sometimes we can be too smart for our own good and
Yeah,
too
that's true.
stubborn. And it's our pride that messes us up. and you'll see it with dudes overseas, underestimating women. We underestimate women. We
Yeah.
underestimate them. We think it's sugar and spice and everything nice. But no, some of
But
these chicks
but
are,
that's the thing about these trad cons and these blue
yeah.
pills. Guys, put a 1 if you agree that these blue pills will get got. Guys, I don't even argue with blue pills and trad cons, right? I just look them in the eye.
You can't handle the truth.
And guys, I told you. Well, see, secret agent, you guys sound like you hate women. You sound like we just know their nature. We know what they are. Guys, you have to understand a thing first. And here's the thing about these trad secret. What? Okay, who was worse, trad cons or blue pills or male feminists? Who do you think is worse? Or are they all the same?
Something. I'm gonna say it's the trad cons.
Yeah,
because
I think so
it's
too.
that conditional because that's what. See, here's the thing with men. We get with women hoping they never change, and they get with us wanting to change us.
Yeah, that's true.
And so
I think trad cons though they okay.
They slip under the radar.
The church has moved more towards from the hellfire brimstone accountability church to this prosperity Joel Osteen female-centric gynocratic church where women use the Bible to disqualify and fy men or force men to do what they say. You think about all these, a man of God would take on this woman and her bastard children. A man of God wouldn't care about a woman's body count. A man of God would risk getting the hurt dirt from this 304. Clown world.
What about, you'll get a kick out of this. What about this one? I want a man that will heal a heart he didn't break and raise a child he didn't make.
Clown world. Yeah. That's
what about that one?
Dude.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
That English guy. Hey, wait, what's up, man? Good to see you. Spacious is here. Robin's Fly. What's up, dude? Longtime supporter of the channel. Brian Waller's here. Scozie's down in Australia. Guys, everyone give Scozie a round of applause for making it one more week in that feminist hellhole known as Australia, dude. Straight up. Laughing Man. What's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Guys, we're almost at 17K. Guys, make sure to hit that like button. I appreciate that, guys. I'm trying to hit 17K before the end of the month. Laughing Man, what's up, dude? Scott, how's it going? But yeah, here we go. Look at this. Oops.
Recently received some Singer Sierra recently received some backlash after releasing a snippet of a new song that some people say glamorized the fallacy of the independent woman. In the song, it even had a lyric that said, "This is for the girls that don't need no man," even though we all know that Sierra is happily married. So it begs the question, is the whole independent woman mantra really just a scam?
It is.
This is old news. What about Beyonce?
Industry-wide trend.
Yeah, this was years ago, but still. But this interview with Russell Wilson was 2 months ago. So she's making songs about being INDPENDNT when she's married to him, and he's picking up friggin' a future. He's playing future saved game. You know what I'm saying? Clown.
And a lot of these women, after recording these songs, they go home to their husbands and boyfriends. After all, this is the same Sierra that is famous for a prayer that she wrote where she asked for a husband, and not just a husband, but a husband that could lead her and guide her.
But didn't Russell Wilson just say
after she had been dick down, dick decimated, dick destroyed, and dick dismissed
by Future, Bow Wow, some NBA player. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. 50 Cent. Come on, man. What are you doing, bro?
Bow Wow, 50 Cent. They had her at her peak. And guess what? Your boy, Russell Williams, get to settle for her on her decline.
Dude, man, he got her with 500,000 miles and 3 accidents on the Carfax. Dude, yo, and he's raising Future Junior.
Yeah.
This little kid's name is Future Junior.
I call it being a retroactive cuckold.
Come on, man. And guys, isn't it crazy too? Hold on, look at this. Uh-oh.
Yep. I call it. I call dudes like that retroactive cuckold.
All right, y'all, let's talk about it. So women are upset at Sierra right now for this record about independent women because they feel like she's not being authentic to herself.
Well, guys, here's the thing. These women, they're so dumb, right? That they're being marketed to, and they fall for this all the time. Beyonce has been doing this forever. Yeah, someone says having Bow Wow on your body count is a straight DQ.
Look,
independent doesn't mean alone. Look at this. Independent doesn't mean alone. Guys, why would you want to be in a relationship with a person that wants to be independent? Can you imagine a guy's, oh man, I'm with my girl, but I want to be independent. Guys, a good relationship is interdependent. And I don't mean to touch on this, but Secret, are you religious?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So tell me where in the Bible there's partner and she's her own boss and does all this other stuff.
Where is that? Found it. I haven't
Thank
found
you very
it.
much.
But what I have heard, what I have read is there are verses that talk about living on your roof than in a house with a quarrelsome woman.
Yep.
There are verses about, men love your wives, women respect your husbands.
Submit to your husband.
Yep. So,
because here's the thing, guys. It goes God, Christ, man, God over Christ, Christ over man, man over woman, women over children. Guys, a woman has to submit to the God in the man. That's how it works. To the Christ in the man. If a woman is uncovered, that is not biblical. That's not biblical at all. You're supposed to go from your father's house. He's the head. She's submitting to the Christ and her father to her husband's house. An uncovered woman is against the Bible.
Well, I'm about to pimp you on some real game. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So one of the biggest grifts in the world is you can make a buttload of cash. You can make a bag of money telling women what they want to hear.
Yep.
And so women have always been this way. This is not new. It's just that there were things that kept both us and them, are the worst aspects of our nature, in check. Family, community, church, society, that kept all our worst impulses in check. But then once you start destroying that, we want to increase the tax base. We want to
increase the
raise
workers.
The GDP.
Yeah. Well, Secret.
We want to
I say this all the
wages.
time. A man's nature, guys, put a 1 if you agree. A man's nature is selfless, or natural nature, and a woman's nature is selfish. Because men, we have to ultimately sacrifice ourselves for our country, our community, our tribe, our wife, our kids, right? Women are naturally selfish because they have to try and secure the best future for themselves and the kids. But what would make women selfless is religion, traditional gender norms, and shame. And now all those 3 things are basically gone in the everyday zeitgeist of America. And now the true selfish nature of women is coming out. Now we're seeing it.
With all these women. Oh, sorry.
It's in Revelations. And she's called a harlot. Facts, absolute facts. Thanks for the $2.79.
Oh
man.
yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
Neon, what's up, dude? He says blue pills are so dumb because they see 304s with a cross on their chest at the club, and they start to date them and believe she's the one. Facts. Secret. What were you saying?
No, I was saying that if you take it a step further, because we all know single mother households produce the worst outcomes.
Yep.
And so now we're able to get the women back in the workforce. We increased our tax base by 50%. We suppress wages, and now we can keep our jails and prisons filled. And, and now we can keep our
Yep.
jails and prisons filled.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
here's the insidious part. It's only going to get worse because now, and they're looking to supplant us. And so when you start thinking about this whole immigrant migration thing and everything
Exactly.
along
Yep.
those lines.
Secret. You can't make too much
Yeah, I can't
sense
say
around
that. Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna even break out the race card. Yeah, it's facts. Yep, guys. Yep. Here's the thing: when they talk about the Great Replacement theory, they always think about the whites. Nope. Us blacks need to start thinking about it. But these B-dubs are so stupid. They're so dumb. They don't think. Guess what? You guys are getting married. You're having these bastard kids, but then you're having baby deletions, and it's to the point now to where, and Crimson Cure brought this up on her channel, guys. This is the first election in how long where the black vote just didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. The Democrats aren't going to even try, guys. These B-dubs want to vote Democrat, guys. They think that they still care. They want the Hispanic vote. That's why they opened up the borders and they let all these knuckleheads in. You know what I'm saying? Brian Wally, you are correct. You are correct. And guys, this is all women's fault. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. C-Grip, cook with me here. Every single horrible progressive policy has been backed by women, but they're the ultimate victims of it.
Well,
us men will be fine. Well, us men will be fine. Because all the worst outcomes happen to us men anyways, right? Homelessness, drug addiction, whatever. But now they're down here with us. You know what I'm saying? So all these chicks, when crime goes up because they defund the police, it's the women who suffer from that spike in crime. When they let the illegals in and there's SAs on, they suffer from it. When the economy goes tits up, guess who gets fired? HR, DEI. Us men will be just fine. But they're voting for things that cook them themselves. What are you saying?
So it gets even better. So back on the whole political front, it was Lyndon B. Johnson who said that I'll have these N-words, these ninjas voting Democrat for the next 200 years.
Yep.
Well, now we're almost 100 years after that. And guess what? The immigrants that are coming in, they're the new ninjas.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
They're the new ninjas.
Secret. Here's the thing that they don't understand, though. When you bring in people from South America and the Middle East, a lot of them are diametrically opposed to the woke. They don't do the feminism. They don't do the LDHT TV stuff. They don't. That's the weirdest catch-22. Oh! Hey, guys. I told you guys that there was that one attempted honor killing in front of that high school in Washington State. Secret, did you hear about that? That Iraqi family's daughter, they were going to try and marry her off to some old guy in Iraq. So the daughter ran away from home, and then they saw her at the bus stop. The dad jumped out the car and tried to strangle her to death. And then once her boyfriend, who's black, got the dad off of him, and the mom jumped out and tried to stab her. Did you know that?
I got to look that up.
Yeah, they were found not guilty for attempted murder. Isn't it crazy that the wokes that claim to be feminists and all this stuff have this soft spot for hardcore Muslims? Isn't that weird? You know what I'm saying?
You know what's even more weird? You were playing the video about people going to those immigration hearings and getting picked up. Well, when you think about it, when we break the law, don't we get separated from our families?
Yep.
Don't we lose our liberties?
Yep.
And I remember with all the stuff that's going on in New York, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was saying, I wish someone would, chip in $700 towards my rent.
Yep, that's true.
And so, they tend to have more rights, more privileges, and then on top of that, with the whole, once again political, businesses do layoffs all the time.
Yep.
You don't hear the uproar when FedEx is doing layoffs, UPS is doing layoffs, Microsoft is doing layoffs. But when the government does layoffs, oh no, now we got to go to court and file injunctions.
But we all know who the majority of the layoffs were, right? Right?
Yep.
The streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
B-dubs, man. B-dubs. That's why they're 300,000 B-dubs jobs lost because of DEI, HR, all of them went bye-bye. Here we go, guys. Here's Russell Wilson talking about this again. Hold on.
The line that's in your mind that made you bag Sierra. What was the line that got her to go out on a date with you?
You have a kid. I don't. I play for the NFL. There you go.
Well, first of all,
shit.
I had this
Come on
wallet.
now,
I had
get
this
in there.
wallet. I had this wallet, and it was broke. It was broke down. It was like kind of tore up.
Yep.
I had it for a while. I was single at the time. I was running around single, and I had this wallet. It was tore up, so I could. First day we met.
You know what's funny? How Russell Wilson, he was raised like I was, like in the suburbs, but he just can't handle the fact that he doesn't have like street cred or that he's not hood. He tries so hard. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I'm not hood. I'm not street. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up that way. We grew up poor, but where I grew up in California, because I'm from Washington State, but when I was young, I lived in California. There was no blacks. There were just Hispanics and Vietnamese. We were the only blacks for miles. You know what I'm saying? So we used to get in fights with the other kids. But I'm not hood. I'm not street. I don't even try to be. Russell Wilson, he always tries to have his little uptown face. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's married Sierra to try and get street cred. Please.
You know something? So I grew up in a housing projects, and I had no choice but to fight. And people are shocked, when they see me now. They're shocked when they hear my past, and when they see, where I've been stabbed. I've been stabbed in the back of my head, stabbed in my my abdomen, and so they don't see all that stuff that I used to get into. And so a lot of times, I'll be like, don't let the suit and tie fool you. I will F you up. So but something. Life. I'm not going to say, growing up in that type of environment, it makes you hungry and it makes you want to be better and do better. Now I can't go back. I used to think that I used to think I could go back. I can't.
Secret. This. Hold on. This is you and me. All right.
We're out here building a new nation for black people. It's time for you to start paying some dues, nigga. I ain't giving you shit.
I ain't giving you shit. Anytime anyone says, "Oh, AJ, oh, you forgot where you came from," you got, man, I ain't giving you nothing. How about that? How about that, man? I wish someone would. Man, you need to go back. Please.
Look, I didn't forget, but I'm not going back.
Exactly. Come on, man. And it's always you, man. You need to help me out. Where's the business plan? I don't have one. I ain't giving you nothing. How about that?
And we have been talking for 2.5 hours, hanging out, whatever. And she saw the wallet sit on the table. She said, "What the hell is that?" She said, "What the hell is that?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "That wallet. You losing with that?" I put my finger. I said, "First of all, with me, you're never losing."
Ooh.
I said, second of all, I said, that wallet, that shows consistency. It shows consistency. That's what you're gonna get from me.
Wow.
It hurts my heart to hear that.
Come on.
It literally hurts my heart to hear that.
Come on, man. So, guys, right now, I think Russell Wilson is in the lead for being a simp. But now, guys, let's move on to Dwayne Wade, shall we? Because, guys, Dwayne Wade, not only does his wife wear the pants, but, guys, he used to have a son, and now he has a daughter. All right? So, guys, his legacy is gone, basically.
What's up, family? Former NBA star Dwayne Wade and his actress wife, Gabrielle Union, has not such a traditional marriage. They are not shy about letting people in on the inner workings of their marriage. Recently, Dwayne Wade provided commentary about his thoughts on the role of a man in a marriage and responded that it is not a man's role to lead, but to support.
Beta Bear. Okay, I do have one thing. I do have one good thing to say about Dwayne Wade. I have one good thing to say.
Oh, this ought to be rich. You must have a vivid imagination.
Now, you know, people always talk about Jay-Z cheating, and we all know Dwayne Wade got, you know, another chick knocked up. But Gabrielle Williams stayed her ass right there because she know she's not going to do better than him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Once again, yeah, where's she gonna go?
Exactly.
You know, that's just the thing. I mean, what was the last thing she was in, right? She's basically known for being Dwayne Wade's wife. Damon, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man.
And women everywhere began singing his praises. Specifically, what did Dwayne say? It's not the man leads and the woman follows. That's not what we live in this house. For me, I have a wife that works not just as hard, harder than I.
What?
She had her.
You're a bet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Guys, I try to not swear, but what the fuck is going on, guys? What is going on, guys?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
And this is such cap. And these B-dubs, they just eat it up, man. They just eat it up. This is, guys, here's the thing. Look at this. All these chicks are saying, this chick says, I'm 41 and no, I don't want to lead. Men and women are built differently, and I respect that. I love being feminine. Someone says, no one thought he led in his relationship. Someone says, this is exactly why his son took on that role. Someone says, this explains why he wears dresses so much. Look at that, guys. This is just such cap that these women talk about. You all know that most of these chicks, what guys, even these feminists, hey, secret, have you seen there's a study that was done where even lesbians like attention from attractive men? So if Chad comes up to a lesbian, even and goes, you know what, man, you look nice today. It's a natural thing that they're gonna feel good by having an attractive man say something to them. So for women to say that they don't need men or men this and that, it's just cap. John Wilson, he says, this is hilarious. All these guys are master simp. Says, yeah, facts. What are you saying? Okay.
Her own career, her own life before I came.
Hey guys, I did drop the StreamYard link. So anyone who was, come on up, guys. Just hit the button. Hit the StreamYard links pinned at the top.
Alone. From my perspective, I was like, how can I be part of the growth, the evolution of who she is? Not try to change her or stunt her growth. Okay, fam, it's out there. Dwayne said he is not a leader, he is a supporter.
That's crazy.
My thoughts. Personally, I don't believe that most women respect a man who is not a leader, who doesn't lead. That is my experience. I'm telling you from what I've seen. Now, you may have seen different, but I'm telling you from my perspective, from what I've seen, most women don't respect men that don't lead. I like some things that are traditional. Some things that are traditional are kind of played, but that's one of those things that I'm cool with. I'm cool with being the lead. I'll take the lead 100% over allowing a woman to go out and lead and put all this additional pressure on her. Because I believe.
It's not even that, though. Guys, a woman leading, she's going to lead you straight into a ditch. You know what I'm saying? Guys, a guy, even if he makes a questionable decision can at least stand on it and take the L. These women act like children. That's why they have the T app and all these things where they just try and put guys on blast that they chose wrong. And instead of taking the L, they have to try and put the guy on blast. Guys, anything you put these females in charge of goes to shit. Sorry to cuss, but guys, put a 1 if you agree. That's why all the female-dominated fields are cooked. Nursing, teaching, psychology, HR. Cooked. Guys, hit the like button, please. Guys, we are at 57 likes. You know what I'm saying?
That most women don't want to lead. I think that most women lead out of obligation. They lead out of necessity.
But here's the thing, Secret, what are women leading? See, they pat themselves on the back for just being adults. Well, I have my own car. I pay my own rent. That's what you're supposed to do, you dunderhead.
Congratulations.
What are you talking?
You're a functional adult.
Congratulations. You are an adult.
You stupid woman.
Clown world. Can you imagine?
I immediately thought in my head.
Yeah.
And I immediately thought in my head, how many times have I had to tell someone I was with, yo, we can't do this right now. I'm not saying we can never do it. We can't do it right now because we need to do this and that. And if they had their way, you know, literally, there have been times they would have had me spending my last dime if they had their way. And,
and they
you know,
end up
and I always tell dudes, you know, no one, as a man, no one's coming to save us. You know,
and they end up like old girl from freaking Willy Wonka. I want the golden goose now. You know what I mean? Veruca Salt. What were you saying?
Oh man! Now I was just thinking about this. I was dating this one woman, and I didn't know she had a gambling problem at the time, but I remember she was like, "Yo, did you pay your mortgage and your car note yet?" No, I'm sending the payment in on Monday. You know, can you loan it to me? I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait. She asked for what now?
Oh, she wanted to borrow my mortgage payment and my car note.
What? Whoa!
Now, this was 2 decades ago. But I just thought about that.
Man, I'm not letting it.
I really have been there, done that. Oh, yeah, it was over after that.
That's crazy. The audacity. You know what I'm saying? To
But
borrow
here's
your
the thing.
car note
Here's the
and
thing.
your house note.
One of the things that a lot of these men have in common, I think, is, you know, and I know we'll get this. No, I'm gonna say this commentary for Shannon Sharpe. I'm gonna say this comment for him.
Okay. Guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna do 2 daytime lives, guys. So the daytime lives, we usually go members only in the chat. So guys, make sure you get a membership. Guys, hit the super chat button. Guys, thanks to all you guys that hit up the Cash App. David, thanks, man, for the Cash App the other day. Thanks for that, man. Appreciate that.
That with men who don't know how to lead. Yeah, I said it, and I'll back it up. Most women I've spoken to, they have said, I would rather not do this, do that, do this, do that. I would rather my man, my husband, my significant other make those decisions, but he is incapable.
So this is why, how did you used to go? A woman would drop her handkerchief. Guys, historically, all throughout history, women have actually initiated the courting. You know what I'm saying? Women would drop their handkerchief. They would do other things to, you know, they would open their fan or they would do something to let a guy know he was interested. You know what I'm saying? Where it was socially acceptable for a woman to let a guy know that she's interested. And then he would, you would figure out who she is. Then he would go talk to her father and say, excuse me, Mr. C-Grip, I'm interested in courting your daughter. And then C-Grip, he would get the measure of the guy. He see if he can smell if the dude's a beta. You know what I'm saying? And if he was okay with it, he would say, it's okay for you to court my daughter. Then they would go to the malt shop. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock, rock. You know what I'm saying? And then they would go to Lookout Point. You know what I'm saying? And then they would get married and move on down the line. When women took men out of the vetting process of dating other men, that's when they got cooked. And guys, I say this because my own knuckleheaded sister. Guys, my sister's cooked, all right? Cooked. And all because she never let my dad help her vet men. You know what I'm saying? So
I got one
For me,
even
fam,
better.
it's enough.
My cousin, my baby cousin. When I say baby cousin,
I can't even imagine.
she's in her 30s. Oh, well, in 2018, she was dating this guy, and and I was telling her, look, he's not for you. He's not the right guy for you. He's a nice guy. I like him, but he's not for you. And she can and 5 years later, they finally broke up. Disastrous. And she at that time she let me know her father said the same thing to her years before that. And it just got me thinking that you wasted 8 years. You wasted 10 years with a man that your father told you was no good, that y'all weren't on the same trajectory. He's holding you back. And me, who and said the same
but you know, the
thing.
moment you said that, right? The moment you try to give her good advice.
How dare you?
Guys, there's been a couple of trolls in the chat. I got rid of them, but mods, can you just be a bit more vigilant, please? You know what I'm saying? Damon, move to San Antonio, bro. I used to live there. The only problem is the property tax in Texas. You know what I'm saying? The property tax will get you big time. You know, so
who sit back and let the woman handle everything and make all of the major decisions, and I just go, okay, that's not me. I know for a fact that women prefer a man that leads. The problem, fam, is that a lot of dudes just don't know how, and a lot of women don't trust the man to lead. And that comes from a lot of things, a lot of women have seen their mothers, their grandmothers, or whatever, go through certain things and get left holding the bag, an empty bag after the relationship is over. And that's why a lot of women started going to college and getting their degrees and getting their own jobs and stuff.
No, that's not why. We all know why, guys. We all know why. It's because the government, corporate, rich, industrialists wanted to stagnate wages by doubling the workforce, and then they also wanted to guys. Women have always worked, right? They just worked not far from home, or they worked on farms, or they worked the same 10 jobs that they work now. Nurses, teachers, whatever. There was a more neighborhood-based economy. Now women are working these jobs that they hate. They're commuting. They're stressed out, and it's cooked wages. You know what I'm saying? Now wages are stagnant, and then you have Jamal living here, Keith is living here, instead of both paying rent, you know what I'm saying? Paying taxes, paying friggin' gas, water, when they should have a family and be paying less.
This is how bad the propaganda is, though. And the propaganda is strong.
Yep.
There's I was talking to one of my coworkers who's actually several years older than I am, and we were talking about, feminism, and he was talking about, well, they weren't even out to have their own bank accounts. I said, no, that is a lie.
Yep.
Women have always been able to have their bank accounts. It's just that once you were married, because your husband was now responsible for your debt, that's why you needed his signature for credit cards and bank accounts, because he was responsible for your debts once you got married.
Exactly. There was women who would go from guy to guy to guy, running up debt. They would put the thunder throat on him, and then they would get married, and then she would run up his credit, buying jewelry and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? And then just take off and do it again. Happened all the time. But now they have debt. Now they have credit cards, right?
Well,
now they can go to school, and now they have more debt than ever. Oops.
Well, I think it was on MSNBC. they were talking about the 300,000 women leaving, leaving the workforce, and they
Yeah,
were saying
I
that
did a
for
video
each,
on that.
and they're like, for each person who
300,000
leaves,
B-dubs. Yep.
it decreases, GDP. And
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
see, that's what I'm talking about. The consumerism. They know that
Yeah.
they, yep.
Yep. That's a lie. Yep.
We unfortunately
Hey,
we have
Seeger,
lost the
can I ask
ability
you a
to do
question?
critical thinking. Yeah.
What's the highest student loan debt amount of any woman that you know?
The most debt?
Yeah, a student loan debt, just debt period, but student loan debt.
Like 40 grand, 40, 50 grand.
I know a girl who has $600,000 in student loan debt. I know another girl. She said that her family forced her to go to law school, forced her, but she's $200,000 in debt. I'm like, how's someone gonna force you to go to something and they ain't paying for it? You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't even practice law, dummy. You know what I mean?
Came with that was pushing a man to the side and being on default that I got to do this myself. And then oftentimes, not all the times, a woman might end up with a dude that is a leader, but because she's been conditioned to lead, it don't work out.
This is all cap. But guys, once again, isn't it crazy how they talk about how they're outperforming us and they're making all their own money and they're doing this, but they talk about the wage gap at the same time? Guys, men of all races out-earn women. Black men out-earn black women at every single area, right? Hold on. Let's see. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Let me go here.
I've only dated one woman
income.
in my 50 years on this earth. I've only dated one woman who made more money than I did. And this was the gambling chick who then wanted to borrow.
Look at this, guys. So black men, if they don't have a high school diploma, they make $597 a week. Black women make $532 a week. If it's high school, black men make $754 a week. Black women make $653 a week. If it's some college, for black men, it's $814 a week. Black women, $707 a week. If it's an associate's, it's black men make $899 a week. Black women make $736 a week. If it's bachelor's degree only, black men make $1,167 a week. And black women make $995 a week. Advanced degrees, black men make $1,560 a week, and black women make $1,200 a week. So look at this. Black men with a bachelor's degree only are almost on par with other men. Look at that, guys. Look at this. So this whole thing where, black men this, black men that. Guys, women are not, guys, the average woman makes what, $50,000 a year? The average black woman makes what, 40? Look at this. Where are we? I don't see the average income. Yeah, the average black man makes $50,000 a year. The average black woman makes $44,000 a year. So where are all these strong and independent B-dubs, guys? Where are all these boss babes at?
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Did I miss something? Right?
So I listen to a lot of podcasts while I'm at work. And one of the things that I wish I would see more of, these podcasters who do these panel shows with women, and these women, and they ask these women what they're looking for in a man, and of course, 150, 200, 400,000. One thing that I wish they would start doing is asking these women, how much do you make? But they're not going to do that.
Well, so, I wish that they would do. If I ever had a panel show, I would do it. They should keep like 20 bags of concrete in the studio. And all these chicks who say that they're just as strong as a man, tell each one of them, here, I need you to lift 8 of those and put them across the room. All these chicks who say that women are just as strong, right? Right? Wouldn't that be a good segment to have? Right? Just say, look, you see those bags of concrete? You see those tractor tires? You see those bags of mulch? I need you, Miss 5'1", 125-pound chick. We're gonna time you, and we're gonna see how long that it takes you to put 5 of those 50 feet across the room, and wait there.
See, now you're being misogynistic.
guys, give me a round of applause. Isn't that the greatest idea ever? Like, isn't that amazing? Yeah, I mean, seriously, because nothing's more infuriating than on these podcasts where they're trying to say that women and men are equal in strength. That is the dumbest argument I've ever heard, but they honestly believe that. But at the same time, they said that a man shouldn't strike a woman. Guys, go to Home Depot, get some concrete that's on sale, or some of the stuff to pour to fill in holes in the asphalt. Any heavy object in a bag. Get a pallet. Get like 20 of those bad boys. You can even give them a lifting belt.
I'm going to say something that's really bad.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it real PC. One of my guilty pleasures is watching those clip channels where you'll see the fairer sex. You know, that whole saying, with equal rights come equal left.
Oh yeah. That's what I use Twitter for. That's the thing that I watch the most on Twitter is equality. Yeah.
and without fail, it's just amazing how fast they get knocked back into reality.
That's true. Yep. It's true.
Because there is no man on this earth that is a natural born leader, or even a leader that has been groomed, is going to allow himself to fall back while a woman leads. That's not going to happen. Now, at the end of the day, though, I think it's important for people to do what works for them, right?
See, guys, we can't say that. He's saying this because a good chunk of his audience is women, right? Guys, I don't say that. I'm not going to tell you guys just do you. That's a woman thing, guys. If I say don't date single moms, guys, I'm not trying to say, well, do you? No, guys, I mean it. Do not date single moms. Do not date lawyers, doctors, nurses, teachers, right? Guys, don't do it. Do not do it. I wouldn't do it, so therefore I say you guys shouldn't do it. And that's the difference between us, betas, and women, is that we would never say if it's okay. Wait, it's not okay for me, but it's okay for thee. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I wouldn't do, I recommend that you guys not do. So, all right. So who do we have? Who do we have next? Let me go. Let me check.
And while you're pulling that up, there is one place that I pretty much always like to let a woman lead, and that's in the supermarket. So,
okay.
So,
you on?
I'll push the cart, and you go do the grocery shopping. But we need to get in there.
Did you guys see Will Smith is trying to make a comeback?
It's so sad.
Yeah, where he was like rapping by himself. I mean, he was rapping, and then like no one was even trying to like dance to his music, and he's been talking to all these TikTokers and all this stuff. It's just a mess, you know. But all right, let's look at Jada Pinkett's past relationships. Here we go.
Jada Pinkett Smith's brother is also an actor. He played alongside Samuel L. Jackson in Lakeview Terrace and is executive producer on the series Cobra Kai. Her parents struggled with heroin addiction, Hill, who later for 3 decades. But it sadly led to her father's death in 2008. Former NBA player Grant Hill,
really,
who later married singer Tamia Hill. Jada then met and briefly dated Wesley Snipes.
I didn't know that.
And it was later speculated that she dated Tupac, who once asked her to marry him, but she turned him down.
Of course she did.
She met Will Smith after auditioning for The Fresh Prince to play his girlfriend, a role that was later given to Nia Long.
I would say that he'd be better off with Nia Long, but she's crazier than you know what, man.
Because Jada was too short. The couple got married in 1997 and have 2 kids, Jaden and...
God, his kids are so weird. And Willow looks like she has fetal alcohol syndrome, right? You know what I'm saying?
Willow. They are said to be in an open relationship.
Actually, his oldest son is not.
Yeah. It's normal. Yeah. His oldest son is normal, but the other ones, man, they are just completely just wacko, man. Straight up. Yikes. Where are we here?
So this is why I voted for Will Smith as the biggest simp.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Explain.
So first, this woman, every chance she gets, always has Tupac in her mouth. Second, his daughter had the audacity as a little. How the hell did his daughter? His daughter shouldn't even know nothing about no Tupac, but writing a letter, I wish he was still alive so my mom would be happy. Then on top of that, she effed your son's friend.
Yep.
You know, and this woman got dick decimated by some young boy in your own home, probably your own bed, and you still stayed with her. And then now you want to grab your balls and go hit up on little Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And then now you got some bass in your voice. No, he's the biggest thing.
And they were separated at the time too. And it was remember, he's been trying to win an Oscar for years. And then his wife was like, "Oh my God, why didn't my husband win it?" Then he finally wins, and she ruins it. Well, he ruins it because he's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the super chat button. Appreciate that. Thanks for the cash apps, guys. And then hit the join button for memberships, guys. Appreciate that. Let's see. 1 second. There we are. Okay, let's see what this guy has to say. Great points, guys. I did drop the link, the StreamYard link. Anyone who wants to come on up, guys, just hit the StreamYard link. Keyshawn says Smith is a clown, and he's a clown for marrying her. Facts. Yep. True.
Will publicly celebrated 20 years of marriage with a long.
Like, look at her. Look at how.
All right, that's a little too fast. All right, let's see.
Does this look like the face of a woman that is happy? 20 years ago, this is a day of her wedding. Oh my God. This is a day of her marriage. Look at this face. Will is such a fucking idiot, dude.
That's pretty funny, man.
I remember as a kid for you non-Floridians, my mom would take me to the barber and show me a picture of Will or show him a picture of Will. Will Smith was that guy, man. It was Will.
Oh, this
Will
is him
Smith
reacting to Natty Balls' video.
Dang.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Look,
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2.
Chris Rock handled that really, really well. You know?
Wait to see it.
Here's the thing about it is this. You know, he laughed. Guys.
Back in 2022.
He laughed. He thought it was funny.
I love you. G.I. Jane 2. Can't wait to see it. All right?
And then all these women that they're like, well, you know, he was defending his wife. He shouldn't have made a joke. Put a 1 if you agree. Guys, women should not have any opinion or any say on violence. Because a woman will say, he besmirched my honor, and then send you over there to get killed. You know what I'm saying? Guys, what if Will Smith would have hit Chris Rock? Chris Rock lands on the stage and hits his head and never wakes up. Then what? Will Smith's whole life is ruined now, but like, and look, even is this Lupita Nyong'o? She laughed. Look at that, guys.
I'm out here. Oh, Richard.
Bro, that was quick. You almost want to wonder if there was a cut. That's what it feels like, that there was some kind of cut in time. But when you really do think about the fact that,
You can't wait to see it.
let's see, he goes from
He laughed. He laughed. And guys, here's it, man. Shoot. I wish you'd do it. Guys, let me in secret back me up here. Let's cook. Guys, I've told you guys AJ's fighting tips, right? Guys, I've kickboxed, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, you know. Guys, never let a dude hit you first.
Yeah.
If a dude's coming at you with crazy eyes, guys, you don't win that fight. You win all future fights. Always hit him first, and guys, stomp him till he can't talk. I'm dead ass. Guys, that whole, I let him hit me first. You know what I'm saying? I put my hands behind my back. You know what I'm saying? If dude's got crazy eyes, you don't let him close the distance. You know what I'm saying? Guys, if a man makes an aggressive action, the only response is an overreaction on your part. Guys, I don't like to fight, but let's just say there's usually not a fight with me. Dude gets in my face and he's going down, period. And guys, when they're on the ground, don't punch, stomp. Right? Like punching them puts yourself in a disadvantageous position. Soccer kick and stomp. Okay? Those are your two friends while they're on the ground, you know?
laughing, right? Let's count it down.
I'm out here. Uh-oh.
Bro, within 3 seconds of him, it was like a 3-second turnaround. He went from laughing to going to slap this nigga in 3 seconds. That's crazy, bro. 4 seconds max.
Oh, wow. Wow.
No, look. He thought he did something special, too. You know? DTM. Having muscle helps, because all men should learn how to fight. Learn how to shoot, learn how to fight. Guys, if you're having problems with your self-esteem, if you're having problems with anything, mental health, guys, learn how to fight. Jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, boxing, do something where you put yourself in dangerous situations and you learn how to hurt people. Because I'm telling you, it's one of the best things that you can ever do to help yourself in life. Secret, you ever trained any martial arts?
Taekwondo and Kung Fu.
So you remember life before you knew how to fight and then after. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And it's not about keep going.
But this is how important. But I would owe it to my father. Actually, he was my stepfather, but for all intents and purposes, my father. He was the one that raised me, and this was back when being a stepfather meant something.
Yeah,
I remember when I was a kid, my brother got into a fight, and I'm like, oh well, that's your stuff. I'm not getting hit, and I walked away. And when my father found out, he walked up and he punched the shit out of me in my chest. He hit me so hard in my chest that I literally flew off my feet. And I'm on the ground, and I'm just like just knocked one out of me. And then he just stood on top of me like, get up. And I got up, and I had tear in my eye, I had my fist was balled, and then he said, son, I just hit you like you were a grown man, and you got up. I promise you, no one your age will ever hit you that hard.
Yeah.
And that was a game changer for me.
My nephew, so he went to the school. He was a new kid in school. You know, he's tall. You know what I mean? Playing basketball, getting the girls. So these three kids were always trying to talk mess and stuff. You know, and my nephew, I taught him how to fight. You know, his granddad taught him how to fight. You know, so and he hit hard for a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So these three kids were in his face, and one of them pushed him, and he went, "Wop, wop, wop," and just dropped all three of them. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, he's in the principal's office, and my sister was like, "You need to talk to him, right? Because of right?" And I'm like, "No fighting, thumbs up. No fighting. Let's go get you a new PS4." This is back in the PS4 days. I'm like, "Let's get you an Xbox." You know what I'm saying? Because we live in this day and age now where the your bullies don't get punched in the mouth anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They punish the person who's being bullied for standing up to the bully. You know? But guys, never ever let a dude lay his hands on you ever.
When I was in high school,
don't go to bat for no 304 either. You know? Anyways, what are you saying?
When I was in high school, I remember going to my best friend's house at the time. And this was back in the whole kid and play day. And, and we're doing dance routines, getting ready for parties and stuff. And so I left his house, and some kid that I was in high school with, he walked by with a whole bunch of his boys and started fucking with me and got smart with me, smacked me in the back of my head and stuff. And I was
just
like,
no F
okay.
bombs, all right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Fine.
And then I was like, okay, because there was like a half dozen of them, and so I just took it. And then when the bus came, I got on it, went home, and the next day in school, I walked up to him at the locker and I began wailing on him and beat the crap out of him, and never had any problems with him or any of his boys after that.
Yeah. Yep. All the guys that I got in fights with in high school, we're actually still friends to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like guys,
but men can do that. Men can do that.
Yeah.
I growing up, I would see dudes, go at it until one of them got knocked out or was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then later that day or a couple of days later, they're playing ball.
Yeah. For sure.
This day and age, too many of these boys are so afraid to get their butt whipped.
Or they're raised by these women.
They want to
they
pull
can't
out
take
something.
an L. Guys, in the chat, put a time where you've been at the job and there's one dude where you guys had a fight. Man, fuck yeah, right? And then Monday comes, what's up, bro? How you doing? Chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And the one woman there's like, I thought you guys hated each other. Like, nah, man, this is how we are. Or how many times have you guys been like doing online playing like Call of Duty or whatever, and one of your friends is getting killed a bunch, or you're playing some team game, whatever, you're screaming, yelling, and then the next day you log on, what's up, dude? And he goes like, oh, I thought you were mad at him. Guys aren't like that. We just got to get it out, So
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
It doesn't matter how many times you see it, it's still cringe, bro. It doesn't matter how many times it's still always.
Yeah, me too. Here's the thing: they have been separated for like the last 7 years. She's like, when he went up there and defended me, I realized he really does love me. So in other words, he had to ruin his whole reputation, his whole life, or whatever, and for some broad who never loved him in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
This makes me go, ugh.
The entire internet freaked out on Will, with fans saying things like, everyone would have forgotten that joke in 15 seconds, but Will just made sure everyone remembers it forever. The moment
what you resist persists, bro.
Yeah.
Never forget that.
when Will sat down and kept shouting was more awkward than the slap itself. He was upset because his wife Jada has alopecia, which is a condition that caused her to have to shave her head. Will quickly apologized for this, but it led to multiple film projects he was working on being put on hold or canceled. I think the new Bad Boys movie is the only project he's put out since that incident. This was an extremely big deal, and it resulted in Will taking a hiatus. But ever since he's come back to the public eye, it seems like he's doing everything and anything he can do to repair his image. First, he announced that he was coming back to film and music, saying that he was going to release a collab album with Joyner Lucas.
Yeah, because a new Will Smith album is exactly what everyone's asking for.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Lucas is already a rapper that many regard as corny, so I don't know if that was the best move. And throughout his career, people have also called Will corny, but because he was so loved by the public and just had the perfect image, it had not mattered, at least until now. He also posted a couple of ads for this zombie game on his YouTube, which was pretty strange considering how much money he's made throughout his career. So I don't know why he did an ad like this. They must have paid him an insane amount of money.
Looks like you made it through the apocalypse. Welcome. Now, if you want,
all of this was set up to fail. They got Spider-Man in the background.
that's Kendrick said that. My and it was like, yeah, it's basically the same thing. And it was like, be honest.
But unfortunately, this advice didn't seem to really help him. Or maybe he just didn't take it. Another really strange thing, though, that he's been doing lately is developing a friendship with KSI, where they've been posting a bunch of YouTube videos.
And like he's been talking to all these influencers and stuff that are half his age. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, how desperate are you, bro? Like, this is all his fault for being a simp. Because here's the thing. Yeah, Dwayne Wade's son. Hold on. We didn't even talk about that. Hold on. What's your name? Zaya Wade? I don't even know how to spell the name. Guys, I mean, this ultimately is what put Dwayne Wade in the... I mean, come on, dude. Hold on. I mean, come on, man. What is even going on, dude? What? And it's so crazy because, guys, this is... You remember, Gabrielle Union can't have kids. So this is his ex-wife's son. And the ex-wife is like, what is this? Why is this a thing? Look at this. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Absolutely insane. Isn't it funny how Hollywood, like all of their kids are transformers? Isn't that weird? Doesn't that
I got one even better.
That show how demented they are? What are you saying?
I got one even better. Why was it a year later, after that slap, a year later, she's doing book tours or promoting her book, talking about Tupac and wanting to marry her and all this stuff. So less than a year, about a year after that slap and his career took a dumpster dive,
yep,
she's doing a press tour promoting her book about
and the book
Tupac.
didn't sell.
Exactly. Yep, you forgot about that, didn't you?
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me do one thing here. Yeah. So Will Smith, guys, that was supposed to be his crowning achievement night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. How could he be? Guys, this is what simping does. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you're a simp. Absolutely insane. Hold on, guys. Darn. Hold on. Okay.
And he's also been collaborating with XQC, which is even more strange.
So even stuff with XQC. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah.
So clearly Will is doing that strategy that a lot of young artists are doing, which is collaborating with influencers or YouTubers or streamers. However, I think a Kai Cenat stream, first of all, would have made more sense and probably done better for him. But either way, he just doesn't quite appeal to these younger audiences the way.
Definitely a Kai Cenat stream would have been. I felt like KSI was being fake the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't want to offend Will. I guess he understands that the mission is to try and resuscitate his image. And so he didn't want to play into the corny shit at all. But it felt so dry and fake and inauthentic. KSI was laughing at shit that was just clearly not funny. I feel like Kai wouldn't do that to that degree. He's going to have to put a little bit of something on,
Hey, Secret, this shows how old you and I are. I don't get these fools. I don't know how this guy and all them, why do people give them money? Like these streamers? I don't get it.
I don't understand.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. Guys, hold on. I'm going to put this chick on. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Anywhere out of you guys.
Guys, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Nice breathing. I promise you. Oh, I promise you.
All right, ma'am. Thanks for being cooperative.
Oh, no. No problem.
Just let go of your hands. Yep. Where's that knife that you brought out?
I don't have a knife.
Stop flexing your hands.
All of my clothes
stop flexing
and
your
my
hands.
belongings are in my car. Do you see all of my things?
So it's...
Do you, excuse me, anybody with a brain, do you see all of my clothes and my things in my
We
car?
might need 2 cups, actually. Yeah.
There's probably a spatula and a rubber set of tongs. Oh, it's really hard to cuff somebody when you're cuffing them with a knife, right? You guys all have knives, right? This is ridiculous. I'm gonna wait here until you guys find a knife. Okay? I'm gonna wait here until you guys find a knife. Okay?
I can smell the
No,
alcohol.
you're not asking me. No, it's called garlic croutons. Yeah, and they're right there on the seat. And I've been eating 2 bags of them. Yeah, it's garlic. I know, it's really garlicky.
All right, ma'am. Go ahead and step out this way.
Dude,
We're gonna step
the
back that way.
croutons are right there.
Not your cruise. Back that way, man. To your left.
This is the ultimate drunken white chick. Like once you hear her voice and you watch any other, drunk white chick body cam, you'll hear her voice.
I'm gonna wait until you guys find a knife, okay?
Go ahead and step this way.
Yeah, no problem.
Ma'am.
Just leave me alone.
Hold on.
What?
You want your purse?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
Anyways, that's the second mascot of the channel.
So
Okay, here we
if
go.
Will's gonna come on, but I feel like Akai's stream would have been a lot more authentic.
A lot of these other artists do. He doesn't really have that chemistry with these guys. Regardless, though, like I said, it's obvious he's been on a huge PR run lately. I mean, there's probably like 50 interviews he's done in the last.
Secret, did you see any of the Will Smith interviews? Because this is like a couple of days ago. So in the last like 3 or 4 months, he's been doing. I haven't seen any of it, so I don't know.
3 months, and it all just seems so forced, which brings us back to his latest track, Pretty Girls. This song, with his current public perception, his age, and the type of stuff music fans are listening to these days, it couldn't have backfired harder.
Will Smith is 50. The stimulus plan that you name is not working today for 50-however-year-old Will Smith. I don't think this is a bad song.
Okay, that's how we know Joe Budden either knows Will personally, has met him personally, has had dinner.
Look, I've heard part of the song, guys.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Trash, dude. But I was not really a big Will Smith fan. Anyways, I mean, obviously, Summertime's a good song, you know what I'm saying? But the Men in Black song, you listen to that when the movie was out. But other than that, even his movie,
even the Wild Wild West was good.
yeah. Even his movies, Independence Day was good. The Men in Black was good, but yeah, just not that big of a Will Smith fan.
You know what I'm saying? Because Joe Budden.
What was that?
But even when you start thinking about, speaking of Independence Day, that was another simp movie right there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because his girl was just a stripper. Yep.
Single mom stripper.
Yep. That's true. Yep. And he was supposed to be, and he was trying to be an astronaut, and he's with that chick. Of course.
Oh, she's a hula.
Come on, man.
Budden is actually a fucking S-tier rapper. He's a really good rapper. And so for him to say that this song, Pretty Girls, was a good song, bro, he's fucking lying through his teeth right now.
But we can't pump this up like this is about to do something.
Even before this song, his other tracks that he put out recently are also very defensive of the status of his career. His album, based on a true story, came out in March of 2025 with a few big name features.
How old are you, bro? Like, what are you doing? We are in the most youth obsessed culture there is. Dude, I saw Dougie Fresh still had his hat on backwards or sideways or whatever. It's like, aren't you like 74 years old? You know what I mean? Like at some point, this look, come on.
But it failed to chart. And some of the tracks off that album seem very self-aware of where his career is at. Like the song Barbershop Day that says things like, who the Will Smith think he is? And that boy damn crazy how he raising them kids. Bottom line, y'all, Will Smith is whack. Him and Jada both crazy. What you talking about?
The fact that he even rapped this shit just shows you where his mindset is, bro. He is so lost in the negative criticism. That's who he sees himself as.
There are plenty of other people that feel this way.
When I look at all these interviews he's doing lately, and
he sees himself as somebody who...
Yeah, guys, he's cooked. And hey, Secret,
can be seen in I Am Legend. However, it wasn't just acting.
What was the last thing that Jada Pinkett even did, right? And it's like she's just mad.
The Queen Latifah TV show, The Equalizer.
Trash.
Jaden and
Willow was in I Am Legend? How did I miss that?
Willow also both got into music as well, with the two reaching pretty decent levels of success. From the outside, it all kind of seemed like
Jada Pinkett.
This was the.
Jaden Smith looks like he has the high five, right? He looks like he has full blown AIDS.
perfect star-filled family, especially compared to the typical Hollywood burnouts and scandal-filled family lives. Will and Jada were included in a lot of power couple lists, and it just seemed like the perfect Hollywood marriage.
Right.
However,
shit, even J. Cole rapped about it. It's like, I want a relationship like Will and Jada or some shit like that.
it was not all perfect. In 2013,
I want a Will and Jada love or whatever.
rumors began to
Now,
swirl.
guys, this right here is when things seriously started going off the rails. And the fact that she would do this and that he sat there, he should just got up and walked away. You know? But he's a simp. Guys, you know what? Guys, this is tough now, right? Because where are we in the poll here? Let me see. Let's see. Where are we?
But this should also be a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Because, I was talking to a buddy of mine because I don't have any children, and he's about 15 years younger than I am, and he wants to have children. And so we were talking, and I had to say to him, I think I know why I'm wishy-washy on the whole kid thing. And it's because I have not met a woman that I would want to raise a child with, that can instill my morals, my principles, and my values.
Yeah.
I haven't met that woman yet. And that was a major realization for me. I have not met that woman. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can have a dozen babies if I wanted, but I haven't met a woman that I want to raise a child. Someone that I know could, secure my legacy. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
my friend is
this is just proof that when you look at his children, the one with his first wife and the two with her, I'll take the first wife every day of the week.
my friend is Ethiopian, and he was like, yeah, he's scared that his 3 kids are gonna be have these woke values, and then not only that, but they're Ethiopian Orthodox Christians, so they're very non-feminism, non-LDHTV, but he's even afraid of his kids getting bullied and ostracized because they have traditional cultural values. Because I told him, I was like, you teach your kids what you want them to believe. Those are your kids, period. You know what I'm saying? So if people say, well, you have to accept that minimum. No. BPM, what's up, dude? Kelvin says, Ice-T dresses like a damn teenager. Facts. He still does. Yep. That's absolutely true. Yep.
No, you're not asking me. No, it's called garlic croutons. Yeah, and they're right there on the scene.
About some potential trouble in paradise. Some rumors started going around where fans speculated that Will and Jada had an open marriage. A big part of what started this rumor was when Jada said to HuffPost Live,
yeah, open on her end.
I've always told Will, you can do whatever you want as long as you can look yourself in the mirror and be okay. Because at the end of the day, Will is his own man. I'm here as his partner, but he is his own man. He has to decide who he wants to be, and that's not for me to do for him, or vice versa. After this, fans started talking, so Jada quickly responded on Facebook saying, Will and I both can do whatever we want because we trust each other to do so. This does not mean we have an open relationship. This means we have a grown one. And
What does that even mean? You see how from the very beginning, this chick not being able to just shut her mouth is the problem here? I mean, they could have had an open relationship and just kept it quiet behind closed doors. Allow it to just be rumor.
Is it me? Or does this dude pluck his eyebrows? This dude here's a little soft, yeah. This dude here's a little light in the foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? But that's these new, Gen Z and millennial dudes. You know what I'm saying? They spend more time on their appearance than their girlfriends do. So
It's an open secret in Hollywood, but you don't got to address it specifically. But as early as that, she was destroying this man's image.
Didn't technically say that they don't have an open relationship, so fans continued going crazy with the rumors. Around this time, another rumor spawned because people were wondering if Will was having an affair with his Focus co-star at the time, Margot Robbie, because of some scandalous pictures of the two that leaked. But they both shot this down pretty quickly, saying they were just having fun. However,
they were just having fun?
Yeah, and I guarantee that's what pissed Jada off, right? Because, guys, all these chicks, that's right. Guys, here we go. This is what we haven't talked about. Guys, we talked about, I dropped a video about the polyamory. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it on the live stream. Secret. Isn't it funny how chicks always want to open up the marriage because they already have some Chad.
Exactly.
Or Tyrone that they want to smash, but then they don't think that their husbands worth anything at all until some hot little thing all of a sudden wants him, and then all of a sudden it's
how dare you?
You know what I'm saying? You don't think that your husband who ticks your boxes is gonna tick some other younger, hotter chick's boxes? What are you talking about? What are you saying?
So, I was stupid several years ago, and I was engaged to this woman, and I broke up with her. 2 months later, she was knocked up.
Wait,
And
say
so,
again?
no, it just had me thinking that, they always have someone in the wings.
Yep, that's true.
And so, and I was thinking about my ex-fiance. 2 months after we broke up, she was knocked up. And I remember telling her, look, you're a pretty girl, and you'll have no problem finding, men to sleep with you. But good luck finding someone that's going to treat you better and treat you better than I did. And 2 months later, knocked up, and Duke kicked her to the curb. And now she's not only a single mom to one, and because she had the audacity to, want me to take her back, which wasn't going to happen.
What?
Oh, yeah.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray.
But you're doing better. I had to tell her, look, I'm with someone now, and she was down with being the side chick.
Wow.
And
second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom.
But no, here's the best part. She got knocked up again. She just had a son several months ago by another loser. So now she has 2 kids, 2 baby daddies, and no job living with her mom.
Damn. Look at that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. This is just having fun when you're a married man? Shit, let me try that shit and see what happens. Fucking nothing good, I'll tell you what.
Pictures of the two that leaked, but they both shot this down pretty quickly, saying they were just... Then when it finally seemed like they were both going to be okay, and it was just rumors, going around on the internet, in 2016 the two quietly separated but did not get a divorce. This news didn't actually end up coming out though until 2023 in an interview with the Today Show, and in this interview Jada said that by 2016
she's so useless. Like, where does this whole attitude, this whole sense of self-importance come from? Okay, WKL says, I voted Russell Wilson was the biggest simp because Sierra already got her six-pack, but backup ex. Yeah, and he's just the cleanup man. Yeah, yep. Look at the poll, guys. I think that everyone's settling on Will Smith, though. So, but we'll get into Shannon Sharpe here in a second. So.
We were just exhausted with trying. I think we were still both kind of stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other.
By this point, though, Jada has not done anything significant in Hollywood in forever. So why is she going on interviews to talk about her separation from Will? It's like at this point, all of her fame is just going to be around destroying Will, making him look bad.
Person should be, but we'll go more into this later. In 2017, Will publicly celebrated 20 years of marriage with a long.
Like, look at her. Look at how. Does this look like the face of a woman that is happy? 20 years ago, this is a day of her wedding. Oh my God. This is a day of her marriage. Look at this face. Will is such a fucking idiot, dude. And look at her here.
Yeah.
You see, I have a theory that women do things like this in rebellion to their man. Why would she cut her hair like a fucking 8-year-old boy? I ain't even got nothing against women with short hair, but this not even sexy in the least. This ain't nothing feminine about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit. But even worse than the haircut is the face, bro. Look at this snarl on her face, this scowl on the day of her wedding. 20 years ago, we walked down the aisle.
Heartfelt post, which is kind of sad because Jada had just said in an interview regarding them constantly being called swingers, that's the craziest one. It's constant. And I'm like, yo, I wish. Poor Will Smith, man. Then the following year, Will mentioned that the two don't consider themselves as married anymore, but rather as life partners. And it got way worse after Jada.
Life partners. Guys, if any chick ever wants to use the term partner, guys, come on. Come on. Guys, you all know what to do.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
I had met the musician August Alsina. She had mentioned before that he was a dear family friend who she met.
See, at least her hair is short hair, but it at least looked like something. You know what I'm saying? It at least looked like something. I still wouldn't want to be with a woman who got here like this, though. Auntie vibes, yeah, I guess. But she's been rocking that shit since she was in her 20s, clearly.
To having a relationship with Jada in his music video for the song Nunya. At this point, the rumors picked up again.
What about a baldy baddie? Like I said,
month is when Jada decided to have Will on her podcast, The Red Table Talk Show, and this was the viral entanglement episode. During the awkward conversation, Jada confirmed that
Guys,
there was.
is this not one of the most popular memes of all time? With Will Smith's crying, guys. That will be one of those forever memes. Guys, please don't type in all caps in the chat, please.
Was in fact a romantic relationship between herself and August Alsina.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah. We
This is what Stockholm
we basically broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
There we go, guys. There we go. Guys, men have not respected him since. And the fact that she would say, I slept with our son's friend. Dude is like, what, 20, 25 years, 30 years younger than her? And is her son's friend? Disgusting.
With August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship.
She detailed that the relationship lasted 4.5 years while her and Will were separated.
4.5 years. See, guys, I didn't know that. Oh, what a simp. What an absolute simp.
And it came to a point where she wasn't sure if
an entanglement. That's the same language she used when she was like, we don't have an open relationship. We have a grown relationship. Yeah.
Her and Will's relationship would ever continue. They also discussed Alsina's false claims that he talked to Will and got permission, stating that it was just an attempt to clear his name in case people were calling him a homewrecker. Then she basically said that, yeah, I ended it with Alsina and now I'm back with you and it's a miracle. But after that train wreck of a media display and yet another weird twist, Will went on a GQ interview muddying the water further. In this, he seemingly tried to cover his own ass a bit, saying that she wasn't the only one hooking up with other people, all while not going into
super cool.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I had fun too.
Guys, if you honestly believe this dunderhead was actually hooking up with other people.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Clayton says her son's friend likes women. I'm like, well. Guys, you know what? I did hear that that's the rumor, I did hear that. That Will Smith, he's a brown-eyed bandit, so.
Will explained that throughout their long marriage, the two constantly had issues with defining what perfect looked like, and while monogamy was the main choice, it clearly wasn't always the only one. Oh, and Jada used to be with Tupac, and that still haunts Will to this day.
Dude, those.
Look at that, guys. Because what a joke.
Having your children write a letter to her ex that they never met. He was dead before they were born. Imagine. Wow.
Obviously it was bad, but it just completely ravaged his career in a way that I don't even think was fair. But the reason this happened is because his career has really relied on his image, which had been really hurt by the slap. One fan said on a video about the state of Will's career, the problem is that post-slap, you can no longer see him as the cool under pressure, unflappable leading man, the type character he became famous for playing. Another said, Will Smith's whole career was powered solely by his likability. He doesn't have that anymore. On top of that, he slapped Chris Rock for a woman who had drug his name through the mud for like the last decade. But somehow...
It's true. Guys, in other words, his career blew up because he's a simp, right? Right, guys? All of that basically summarized was he's a simp. He's the embodiment of a simp. Guys, secret, I think I might have to put Will Smith at number 1 right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's continuous L after L after L.
Yep.
And so, but it's been L's for over 2 decades.
Yep. Guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Appreciate that. We're at 81 likes. Thanks for that.
Now, when we get to Shannon, I'll tell you why who was my number 2.
1 second. All right. Oops.
It gets worse. After this incident, an old video that Jada posted resurfaced and had fans feeling a type of way about her.
Stan Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me if you could film me.
Upstairs, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
No, because she don't just.
Would you say that
Damn, Will looked like such a broken dog. He like, look at
I didn't see this.
Look at his body language looking down at the floor. He's scared of her. He's terrified of her, actually.
helped us heal the hurts that we caused one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media.
Should have just fucking walked away.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that? Right? Are you filming me right now? And just turned around and walked away.
Yeah, and not.
He's negotiating with her. You don't negotiate with terrorists, guys.
You know, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stay.
Don, if you were ever Will Smith.
Guys, what would you do in this situation? I've never seen this, guys. Wow. Wow. Look at that, guys. Guys, he is simping the likes of which I've never seen. Look at that, guys. Talk about whipped, right, guys? That English guy says 2 decades of foolishness. Look at that.
At what point would you have left her? Fucking, I would have never been with her. I don't like mean bitches, bro. I don't like mean women. I don't. I would have never been with her mean ass. She mean all the time, bro. Even in her TV show character, she mean, bro. She's a mean woman. I don't like mean women.
Just the internet did what they did best and made fun of him. Everyone clowned on Will Smith for being a weak man and not standing up for himself. Like this tweet that says, Jada got Will looking like he back in the pursuit of happiness. And for this one that says the fresh prince of despair. Even 50 Cent
Yeah, there you go. Right there, dude.
joined in on clowning Will, DMing him saying, yo, Will, you all right over there? Will responded, yes, I'm cool. Appreciate your concern, my brother. Which, pause real quick. Will was like probably really sad and was really happy that 50 reached out just for this to happen.
Right.
50 says, but why she tell you that shit on a show for everybody to see? Will says, we broke up, so she did her and I did me. And then 50 goes, then she said only
This nigga explaining himself to everybody. God fuck.
Exactly.
Yo.
Look, men, sometimes, often most times, your most powerful weapon, your most powerful option is your 180-degree option.
Exactly.
Turn around, walk away.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what, dude? That is bars right there. Look at that, guys. That is absolutely true, man. And guys, I'm telling you. Yes. So, secret. Have I told you the story of my friend? He's with a woman who when they got married, so he's like a top 2% guy. But I was hoping Chris Mike would show up. Let's go. I can't think of anyone that's talked about these topics more than Chris Mike. Let's go. Chris, man, we put the Chris Mike signal up in the air. And are you pissed? What's up, dude? How you been, man?
And not bad, man. But you already know where I'm gonna go with this, especially when you put those specific men on there.
The floor is yours, man. Cook.
Yeah.
Oh, your microphone's acting up. Buddy.
You already, because Shannon Sharpe, I got to put at last place.
Okay.
Oh man,
But here,
hold on.
Guys,
am I still good?
Make sure to go over to Chris's channel and drop him a sub, man. Chris has been a long time supporter of the channel, you know. So guys, go over there and drop him a sub. So I'd appreciate that. Anyways, what we said?
Yeah, Shannon Sharpe last place because he got extorted, and on top of that, I think he's in the closet as well as Will Smith and Dwayne Wade. So Russell Wilson would be number one simp to me because he's straight and he has the opportunity to actually make his own family, and he didn't. The other guys are in the closet, and Shannon Sharpe is also in the closet. That's why he got extorted for umpteenth $1 million. That's just my opinion.
I think it was like 22 million. I think. Yeah. Yep. Secret, what do you think?
So, men, they're called red flags for a reason.
Yeah. Yep.
And literally, when you choose punani over purpose, from what I hear, he approached her leading his wallet. This is why you don't lead with your wallet. You know, when I was in sales, I used to say, you know, he who lives by price dies by price. And that's the same when it comes to, that's why I said more money just makes you more of what you already are. And he who leads with his wallet will die by his wallet.
Yeah, that's facts. Yep. Dude, 50 Cent's a savage, dude. Look at what he said to Will Smith.
Then she said only she can give permission for somebody to blow her back out. Oh, and then Will said, fuck you, 50. Wait. 50's like, wait, what I do? 50 Cent truly is a troll, bro. He's a troll of ungodly proportions. Shout out to Rakeem the Dream 76 with the
Things like all the major signs of a broken man controlled and imprisoned by a toxic woman. Or if he left Jada, it would probably be the best.
Shout out, man. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. 50's nasty, though. He's so messy. Such a fucking troublemaker, this
For
guy.
somebody to blow her back out, to which Will said, fuck you, 50. However, some fans do
So
feel bad,
evil.
saying things like, all the major signs of a broken man controlled and imprisoned by a toxic woman. Or, if he left Jada, it would probably be the best thing, not only for his career, but his family, and most importantly, himself. So, him slapping Chris Rock at an awards ceremony for a woman who drug his name through the mud for years, on top of the very obvious PR stuff he's been doing lately, is what has really landed Will Smith in the rough spot that he's in. Oh, and
just cringe. You know what I'm saying? Cringe.
apart from Bad Boys, he's had a pretty rough run of movies lately, too. Will Smith is still a very iconic, legendary, well-respected actor and musician. His accolades speak for themselves. However, lately, he has been tarnishing his legacy for the sake of trying to get the public to like him again and clean up his image, rather than just saying, hey, I'm 56, I'm the GOAT. Who cares that I slapped some guy and that my wife sucks?
Right.
I still love Will Smith.
Exactly. He should have just went.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, but guys, on to Shannon Sharpe. Any final words about Will Smith, Chris? Secret?
I understand why people
It's too
see
late
him
for
as
him. He's
number one.
cooked.
Chris first, and then Secret.
I understand why people see Will Smith as the number one simp. That it makes sense because you can never see him the same again.
Yeah.
Not me. Definitely not me. So yeah.
Secret, what were you saying?
Yeah, he's cooked. Like I said, he lost me when, you you messed around with my son's friend. It's a wrap. Like I said, with the minute you cheat on me, I always say, once your woman let another man inside of her, she's no longer your woman.
Well, that's like having a house where someone else has the key. Why do you want to live in there? You know what I'm saying? Someone else got the key, came in the house, took a dump on your bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to stay in there? It's the same thing.
We just got the biggest breaking news story that we've received since what happened to Joy Taylor. And trust me when I say you are not ready for how deep this rabbit hole goes. Shannon Sharpe just got fired by ESPN. Not suspended, not stepping away, not taking a brief leave of absence because he was currently doing that. He was straight up terminated. And before you click off thinking you know this story, let me tell you something. There's audio recordings that we need to go back into. There's text messages that'll blow your mind and a pattern of behavior that goes back years that nobody's talking about. Now,
The craziest part about this whole thing, guys, this was a civil suit. And these dunderheads are so stupid that they don't understand the difference between a criminal case and a civil case. Guys, the standard of evidence for a civil case is so low. That's why all these women use that to get people. You know what I'm saying? You look at Matt Ariza and Trevor Brower. First of all, Trevor Brower is an idiot, right? And then Matt Ariza, him and his friends back when he was still in college, he went to this frat party, right? And they met this chick, and I guess there was you know what I'm saying? They ran the train on the chick. You know what I'm saying? And then she said that he SA'd her. And then he missed out on his first year of the NFL. I don't even know if he's even playing. Is Matt Ariza?
Oh yeah, he's on the Chiefs.
Playing?
They picked him up.
Okay. So he's suing the girl back because they're like, yeah, you should settle for a small amount. He goes, no, because I didn't do this. And if I settle, I can't sue her back. And everyone's trying to drag him and say, oh, well, you shouldn't be bitter. So
You guys think that maybe I have some sort of vendetta against Shannon Sharpe because he was an asshole to me one time when I bumped into him at the gym. But no, this has nothing to do with that. I promise you. Now, real quick, before we get to today's video, we're giving away multiple copies of Madden 26 to a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel. And now that we get all that out of the way, let's get to the story.
Oh man, real quick, I just gotta say, yes, they are jealous of Shannon Sharpe. They're
Yeah.
usually jealous of most. They're not going to admit it, but they are.
Before we get there, I need to take you all the way back to January 3rd, 2024. This day was without a doubt one of the greatest days, if not the greatest day of Shannon Sharpe's media career. And
yeah, this Cat Williams interview broke the internet, dude. Straight up, man. I remember this like it was yesterday.
The same day that this entire story really started. And that's when Cat Williams basically predicted Shannon Sharpe's entire downfall. So picture this. Shannon Sharpe sits down with Cat Williams for what becomes the most watched interview in podcast history. 89 million views and counting on YouTube alone. There's no question that this is the greatest piece of content that Shannon Sharpe has ever recorded. And that's saying something because Shannon Sharpe was a media legend at this point. During that legendary 3-hour conversation, Cat drops this prophetic bomb that'll give you chills when you realize what happened next.
I want to get with a white woman because I was scared. Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. I have a reason to be scared. Could be Kang the Conqueror. Take your ass down in 2 weekends.
Now, at the time, everyone thought that Cat was just...
Here's the thing. That's all women, though. That's all women. That's the thing that I don't like about our community, guys. And these B-dubs say it more than anything. Don't get with a white woman. She going, guys, how many football players and basketball players or businessmen have we seen being taken down by B-dubs? Look at here. Robert De Niro. Look at his ex-wife. He's the reason why he's doing all these crappy indie films or in cheap movies because she made him broke. Guys, all women can get you. The thing that I don't understand about rich guys is Shannon Sharpe. If you want to bang 19-year-old chicks, fly to Colombia. They can't sue you there. You know what I'm saying? Fly to friggin' Thailand. Fly to friggin' Romania. You know what I'm saying? Smash and fly home. Why are you going to mess with chicks in the United States? Why? Drive to Mexico. Drive to Canada.
So it's funny you brought this up because I was going to save this. Remember I said I was going to save it for the Shannon Sharpe thing?
Yeah.
I actually lived in Dominican Republic for a year, in Colombia for 6 months. I was semi-retired. That's another story. But in 2018,
Hey, really fast, secret. Are you on Discord?
Yeah, I have Discord.
Okay, hit me up on Discord. And then would you want to jump on for a Passport Bros episode?
Okay.
Okay, sweet, dude. Yeah, hit me up and just Discord. You can join my Discord links in my about. Hit me up, dude, and we'll work something out. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I'm telling you right now, I just don't understand it because I was actually talking to one of my friends this morning, and this is someone that knows, how good I was. Well, how many women I dated, and so 2017. Well, in 2018, I went over to DR for the first time, and it just blew my mind. And so I started going there like 4 or 5 times a year. And I have not dated a woman in the United States since 2017.
There you go. There you go, guys. Right there.
And if
there you go.
And if you see my photo gallery, and this is what I tell people all the time. I'm in the land of milk and honey.
Yeah. Well, look, Ali says the women have always been the downfall of men ever since Eve ate the apple. Guys, have you heard all the feminist mental gymnastics and reworking of history to try and say that like it wasn't Eve's fault and Eve was framed and all this crap? Guys, these BO4s are demons, man. Demons. Yes, here's the thing. Look at anyone who doesn't that I'm not religious. That means I don't take the whole Adam and Eve story literally, but guys, there's truth to it. And that, guys, look at how that women are all sheep, anyways. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. Women are all sheep. Every single trend, every single TikTok, anything, so they're always doing it. So you don't think that Eve believed the serpent over Adam and God? You know what I mean? Guys, you can call TikTok the serpent right now. Matter of fact, absolutely insane.
Talking about Diddy and maybe some Hollywood people. But as reports would come out later on, Kat was eerily accurate about multiple celebrities facing consequences in 2024 and 2025. But here's what nobody caught at the time. Shannon Sharpe was sitting right there, probably thinking he was immune. This man had just left Fox Sports, joined ESPN, was making millions of dollars, and had Club Shay Shay exploding. The man thought he was untouchable, and rightfully so. He had no idea he was sitting across from a prophet. Now, I'm about to take you through the exact timeline of how Shannon...
Like I said, guys, that 19, 20-year-old chick, she got 22 million bucks, you know? And guys, why? Bill Burr said it the best. Why are all these dudes just throwing it away on chicks that are friggin' just 304s?
Well, here's the thing. This is like so keep in mind, when you look at how our system is set up, it's all about extracting resources from men.
Yep,
because they know that we're the ones who are the savers, the investors. We're not out here, being brainwashed by multimedia marketing and just looking to buy stuff. And so they need to get the money from the productive people and give it to the non-productive so they can spend it. And so in regards to this whole Shannon Sharpe thing, at the end of the day, he didn't protect himself. Like I said, he didn't protect himself, and he was thirsty. And this is why it's so important that you have standards and you stand on business. I say all the time so one of my boys say I be going too hard on women, and I'm like, no, I have standards. And if you want to be with me,
did you call him a
beta? Exactly.
To his face.
Well, actually, I want to talk to you about that later on because I think beta is the wrong term because when you look at it from the animal kingdom, betas support the alpha, and so I need to do some more studying on this. But I'm thinking more like omegas.
Yeah. Well, why I say this? Like, so we use the term beta as just a derogatory term, but because alpha, beta, status, value all varies.
Yeah.
It's all contextual. So, for instance, if you're in the military, most men in the military are betas to the alpha of their commanding officer.
Mm-hmm.
Men, we are naturally hierarchical, right? We will find the guy who's the leader and we'll willingly follow, right? Whereas chicks want to all be egalitarian and try and lead by committee, even though they all hate each other. Which is why men always win at everything and women always lose. The only way that women win is if men let them win, or is if guys, I've said this 1,000 times and put a 1 if you agree. There's a small group of rich men that use women in the government to redistribute wealth from us to them. That's all it is. And these women are so dumb that they think that they're winning. They think they're winning because of child support and alimony and all this other stuff. Because all it is destroying society and letting wealthy industrialists win. You don't think that they were overjoyed that there's a whole bunch of cheap labor that are flooded into the market? Listen, guys, here's the thing. Women have always worked. Coming back around to my original point. A small group of rich white women didn't work, but all the rest of the women worked. Because remember, there was no middle class. There was working class and there was the poor. White women, Chinese women, black women always worked. Always. Right? But then they were like, oh, here, you need to go into the male-dominated parts of work, like the lower, less skilled male areas. You know what I'm saying? And then let's just say that C Grip has a corporation, and there's 400,000 jobs, but there's 395. There's 380. There's 325,000 people. He has to be competitive with those wages so that his jobs get filled. You know what I'm saying? But if all of a sudden Chris Mike lets in another 500,000 people, and there's more people than there's more people than there are jobs. Guess what? You don't have to keep the wages high because people are going to start taking lower and lower wages to have a job. And if someone whines about the wages, you just fire them, and someone else is going to come around to take the job. And these 304s are so dumb You know, that they think that they're winning and they're not.
And Sharpe went from the top of the world to unemployed in less than 18 months. And I'm warning you right now, there are 3 separate incidents involving Shannon Sharpe and women that ESPN knew about. 3. And the last one, let's just say the audio recordings were just the cherry on top. Now, for those of you guys that are hardcore NFL fans, and I'm assuming you are if you're watching this channel, you know that Shannon Sharpe wasn't just some random sports analyst. This dude built a Hall of Fame NFL career, and following that, he built a legitimate media empire. After his 14-year NFL career, where he made about $22 million total, he was making more money in media than he ever did catching footballs. His Fox Sports deal was paying him $3 million a year. ESPN was paying similar money, but here's where it gets crazy. His podcast empire was printing money. When Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless broke up 2 summers ago, I made videos detailing what Shannon Sharpe's content strategy was, and it was absolutely genius. Launch Club Shay Shay. I couldn't have predicted that he was going to launch Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, but he did that as well. And then make regular appearances on ESPN's first.
Ochocinco, he's a strange duck, isn't he? He's an odd duck, you know.
First take, just so you can remind daily sports viewers of who you are.
Who's that basketball player that takes dudes' cheeks? You know, the one,
Dwight Howard.
Yeah. He's not Dwight Howard strange.
No, Chad's a good dude. You know, he's one of those guys. He took all the bullets for you see how like all the athletes can celebrate how they want. He had to take all the bullets for that. Him and Terrell Owens. So I got respect for those guys.
Yeah, except Ochocinco's cool with all of his baby mamas, and Terrell Owens isn't. So
use that as a funnel to your podcast. And next thing you know, you're printing money, and that's what Shannon Sharpe did. He followed that to a T. Prior to his recent lawsuit, Shannon Sharpe was in talks for podcast deals exceeding $100 million, and that Cat Williams interview alone made him $6 million from one 3-hour conversation. BT reported that Sharpe was nearing a historic $100 million deal for Club Shay Shay. This man went from catching touchdowns to cashing checks, and he was winning big time until April of 2025, where everything changed forever. But before we get to April, I need to talk about the first incident that nobody really talks about, and that's something that happened at Fox Sports that they kept completely quiet. Now, bear in mind, these are all allegations. Shannon, don't sue me or punch me in the face.
Didn't you do a video on that chick, Chris, the Fox Sports chick that was letting all the dudes smash? That was her name Joy Taylor?
Yeah, but Shannon Sharpe has nothing to do with that lawsuit, so I don't know why he's bringing his name up there. But Joy Taylor, she was letting the executive producer, the vice president, Charlie Dixon, smash, and Faraji, the hairstylist, was the one that exposed Joy Taylor for using her sexuality to gain prominence in Fox Sports. So that's what it was all about. But yeah, that's all on my channel. I've spoken ad nauseum on that. Joy Taylor was hoeing around and she got caught. So
yeah, well, guys, we all know how she got to where she got, right?
Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside hoeing. I work at hoeing. Y'all want to know what company I work at? I work at hoeing. That's the company I work at, hoeing.
Watch my Joy Taylor video. I'm going to leave a link to it in the end screen so you guys could get the full story about this. But according to the lawsuit that involves Joy Taylor and Skip Bayless trying to hit on Nushin Faraji, while Shannon Sharpe was at Fox Sports, there was an incident with a female production assistant named Nushin Faraji that required a settlement. Front Office Sports broke the story, reporting that Fox and Shannon settled for several $100,000 to keep an alleged choking incident quiet. No lawsuit was filed publicly, no police report, nothing, just a quiet settlement to make it go away.
But I don't understand, dude. Go to Thailand. Go to friggin' Brazil. You can friggin' rear naked choke.
Wait, that had
out cold in Brazil. What do you do, dude? Here's the thing: go to the UAE, dude. Sheikh Mahmoud flies these chicks out to drop deuces on them all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, nah,
Shannon Sharpe, what are you doing, bro?
What's the name of this channel? What's the name of this channel, real quick?
Microphone.
See, he's a hoe. So that's a separate incident. That has nothing to do with Yushin Faraji. He just tried to meld that. He tried to weld that in there like he's a welder. That's some whole shit he just did. But anyways.
Fair use, YouTube. By the way, fair use. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that on the screen.
You know, I'm gonna make a video on whatever this guy's name, Microphone. I've seen a couple of his videos. That's a slick move he just did. That had nothing. That's a separate incident from Yushin Faraji. Yushin Faraji only put Charlie Dixon on blast, and specifically Joy Taylor on blast, and basically Fox Sports. She was very specific on those names, and Skip Bayless. That's the only like she only put those 3 entities. Shannon Sharpe had nothing to do with Yushin Faraji. He just tried to, yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, Steve is right. Back in the 80s, 304s had manners. Because guys, here's the thing. Back when I was young, back when Secret was young, guys, girls were 304s, but they didn't announce it publicly. Secret, how many of these 304s do you know from college, whatever, but they were letting the entire basketball team, you know what I'm saying?
They were few and far between.
Yeah, shoot up the club, the wrestling team, football team. But dude, they would just graduate or whatever, and then they would move to a different city and then just reinvent themselves, right? Because they used to keep it quiet. Or even in high school, how many girls from high school who were 304s, but then ended up meeting a guy playing homemaker? Even the escorts and stuff, they used to keep their mouths shut. Now these 304s are all over the place and will tell anyone, anytime about anything. Insane.
Because there's no more shame.
Yeah,
there's no more shame.
True.
There's no more shame,
True.
and because keep in mind, we're not marrying them, we're not knocking them up, and so the old ways of extracting wealth through marriage and child support, it's on a decline, and so now these lawsuits is the new grift, being able to get a man's resources without him marrying you and knocking you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Called it a light physical interaction in a playful context. But keep that in the back of your mind because this is a pattern.
You'd like to tweet us. Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead.
You've been living under a rock. On September 11th, 2024, Shannon Sharpe accidentally went live on Instagram while hooking up with someone. 3.2 million followers got an audio show that they never asked for, and I would show you the clip, but the last time we did that, we got to
You guys remember when Neo, all those rumors about him playing for the other team came out, and then all of a sudden a tape leaked of him getting brained from a 304? Dude, if Neo isn't zesty, then I don't know who is. You know what I'm saying?
Frank. It was him being a healthy, active male. For whatever reason, Shannon Sharpe wanted to flex to his 3.2 million followers that he's a healthy, active male. It's kind of weird that he's also saying it wasn't an accident. The internet went absolutely crazy. Cat Williams and Chad Johnson were among the many who had hilarious interactions.
Everybody always talk about date your age, date your age. Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this kids down tonight. I want to date my wage. Where y'all at?
Yeah, that didn't age well, did it?
Snap went on stream telling Shannon to put the phone in the next room next time.
Mainly when people see me, I'm at the airport, I'm at the gym.
Oh, you get frequent.
Huh?
You know, because of you, I always check to see if my phone is on. Like, I make sure it's locked.
But here's the key thing: ESPN stood by him. They let him keep his job. They were embarrassed, but they didn't take any disciplinary action, and that decision would come back to haunt them in the worst way possible. Now, that Instagram incident should have been a warning sign.
The thing is, guys, ultimately, other than being an idiot, right? Like, Shannon Sharpe didn't do anything illegal. He lost a civil case. So they could technically stand by him now. You know what I mean?
But
that's
I think it's a bigger play though, because I made the prediction, like right when he got fired, I made the prediction that they were going to start targeting his Shay Media, right? His platform. And literally that next hour, he got sued by a 47-year-old black woman from Chicago.
Yeah, matter of fact, hold on.
And she's suing Shay Media. So that's the next move. They're trying to completely destabilize Shannon Sharpe and make an example out of him.
There's a defamation suit.
Yep.
What's that saying? They love to build you up so they can tear you down.
Yep. And guys, this is why you never let people know how much money you make. This is why, guys, I would rather be rich and not rich and famous. Fame is one of the worst things that can happen to you. And what's sad about Gen Z and millennials, they just want the fame. They don't want fame. They want clout. Guys, secret, Chris. How much money would it take for you to straight up lose your anonymity? What's your price?
Wait, sorry. Say that one more time. My bad.
How much would you? What amount would make you want to just lose your anonymity to where you just weren't some guy? You were like getting mobbed by people. People are watching your every move. You know what I'm saying? You got that Justin Bieber level type of
It's got to be more. It's got to be more than $1 million. Way more than $1 million. Like, but I think sometimes I don't even want. I don't want the fame at all. Really, at all. It would take a lot of money.
Me too.
Really, a lot of money.
Yeah.
See, I jokingly say I could never run for political office or anything like that because I call it the ghosted Panani past. And I'm telling you right now, my closet is filled, and I'm too afraid of what will come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
So whatever I did have, there will be someone out there trying to take it.
Yep. And guys, I think the only 2 YouTubers that make enough money. The only people on social media who make enough money is probably Mr. Beast. But other than that, and some of these video gamers I've never heard of, they're making friggin' 7 figures a year. But even then, that's not enough. Nah, 1 million. Guys, here, Tom Cruise money. That's what would make me want to actually, have that type of fame. So
Shannon Sharpe is taking loss after loss after loss. First, we all know that Shannon paid Gabriella Zuniga tens of millions of dollars to settle that lawsuit. So many people thought it was so crazy that he got extorted by this 19-year-old. You'll remember that she was the one texting Shannon that it would be $25,000 per cheek. She was texting Shannon saying, "Hey, what's taking so long? Where's the cash?" This is the girl sending Shannon text saying, "I want you to choke me, daddy," and then turned around and filed a $50 million lawsuit claiming that he was choking her. Oh, it was pure extortion, and it worked. Reports say that she got over $20 million from the lawsuit. Shannon.
This is why I say, men, you gotta pay attention to the red flag.
Yep.
So first red flag. She wouldn't sign the NDA. And so that's the first red flag, wouldn't sign the NDA. Second red flag, whenever I get with anyone, I get their IG, I get all their social media, and I do a deep dive. And that tells me, and you'd be surprised what you can learn from looking at someone's social media. Well, you already know she's an OF chick. So this is someone who already has no shame. So won't sign an NDA, already commoditized her sexuality. How many more red flags did you need?
It's true. It's true.
I agree.
And I'm just thinking, I wish, one of my boys, I talk about optionality, having options. And so my friend who is definitely a simp beta, one of the things that I always say is women don't get online until they know they in line. And so I need to eliminate women. So the reason why I talk to so many women, got so many phone numbers, and I don't have the time for that. It's draining. And so I need to eliminate. And if you can't, no. And that should have eliminated her right there. No NDA. There shouldn't have been no more conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
60 years old, but this young 20-something is laughing all the way to the bank at his expense. It's interesting also that a lot of people were calling Shannon Sharpe out for the way that he treated Gabriella Zuniga versus the way that he treated his own daughter. People noted that he was paying Miss Zuniga tens of thousands of dollars, which turned into millions, but would only pay a small amount for his own daughter's wedding.
I don't know what you could have. I ain't the one getting married.
Oh, come on now, Unc. Why you gonna do your daughter?
Guys, subscribe to the Lead Attorney's channel. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, man. And here's the thing, dude. He had cancer. You guys know that? That's why he stopped making videos for like 8 months. Guys, he had chemo, and he made it through. So but at least he didn't have any hair from the jump. So you
like that now. You're paying the white girl. Oh,
I don't give
come on, Unc. Our man Unc was wilding out, and a lot of people ask.
FLX says Travis Hunter. You know what, guys? I think we got to toss him in there too, guys. What do you? But the thing is, I don't think a lot of people know who Travis Hunter is yet. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, garlic croutons, dude.
I think if Travis Hunter had more recognition and more name value, he would be up there, you know. But he's so young, and people don't know who he is. Plus, Chris Secret, I think he's a little slow, anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's
Travis Hunter has low self-esteem. I think for years people have told him he was ugly and clowning him, and he gets the first chick who he thinks is a baddie, giving her some attention, and he fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yep. I think he's a little slow.
It's either he's gay, because I'm starting to lean that he might be in the closet as well. It's either he's gay and using her as a beard, or this is the stupidest man on earth. It's either one of the two.
It's two.
Yeah,
stupidest man on earth.
Yeah, he just Forrest Gump his way through life, you know. So he even runs like four.
Ask you, what's the difference? Why do you think that Gabriella Zuniga deserves so much more than your own daughter?
But that's why, and people wonder why they don't get the blessings that someone else. Ask yourself.
What?
Shut up, dude. You're a simp.
Fine, that's all good, but look at what has become of Shannon Sharpe. Not only did he have to pay Zuniga,
how he paused it.
God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. He
was
will
millions of dollars.
And why does he have this friggin' 2001 soul patch going on, man?
More. This man alone has lost generational wealth for his entire bloodline. And now on top of that, guess what? He's getting sued for another $20 million. And he's gonna pay. Mark my words, Shannon Sharpe is gonna pay off this lawsuit. Now, is he gonna pay the whole $20 million? No, we saw from the Gabriella Zuniga lawsuit that that's not how the game is played. The women ask for a high amount, Shannon Sharpe comes in low, and then they meet somewhere in the middle. Now we have another woman, the opposite of Miss Zuniga. This woman, an older black woman, she's gonna get her slice of the pie too. Let's take a look here and see what is going on. It says here, Shannon Sharpe is being sued for $20 million after the former ESPN star shamed a woman over a viral flirty video with Usher.
What?
All right, here is our man Shannon right here. And if we scroll down a little bit, we can.
I thought it was, y'all gotta stay away from them white girls. Right?
That's good. That's all thrown out the window.
Yep.
All thrown out the window right there.
Guys, all
and
these
sex isn't even
beat-ups.
involved.
Guys.
Streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get the money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Come on, dude. Come on, man. Shannon Sharpe, what are you doing, bro? What did Bill Burr say? People want to try and judge these guys, but they don't have a whole bunch of friggin' painted up 304s rushing at them like Braveheart. You know what I'm saying? But guys, I'm telling you, man, dudes, fly to Colombia. You know, you can smash anyone you want. They can't sue you. They can't. You know,
see the plaintiff. This is the woman that is suing Shannon Sharpe for the $20 million. All right, the exact opposite of Miss Zuniga. This woman appears to be in her 40s, and of course, she's African American. Zuniga, 19 years old, and a white woman. But listen, Shannon Sharpe is going to pay out all of these women, apparently. All right, if we go back up, it seems that, let's see, the woman claims that Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco, Ocho's on the hook too, knowingly propagated a false narrative about the woman's marital status. Says here that
is she trying to sue for defamation?
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
Red Sigma, what's up, dude? Chris, explain this, please.
Yeah, so I covered it in my live stream. So she is suing for defamation. $20 million. She's representing herself. It's pro se. So even though I call cap. So I looked at the paperwork of the lawsuit. It says that she's gonna represent herself, but there's gotta be somebody else pushing this for this thing to even fall through. So it's gonna go through, I think even through Chicago courts, if I'm not mistaken. So she's blaming Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco because they was joking on the situation when she had the flirty viral moment with Usher, and they were saying, "Oh, you were married. Why are you doing this?" So that's basically why she's suing, because she said that she wasn't married. So she's saying that they started it, even though it was viral everywhere. But we already know what's happening. Shannon Sharpe paid off this 1,304. She's looking for her own payday. So that's basically what's happening.
What a mess.
It's like
Sharpe 50
when they sense blood in the water.
Yeah.
Fact.
57 just settled a $50 million lawsuit. He was officially let go of ESPN. In this lady's complaint, it says that on April 2nd, I participated in a fan engagement moment at a Usher Raymond concert where I interacted with the artist as a selected audience member. The interaction quickly went viral after fans noted the intensity between Tillman and Usher in the fun moment. And I think if we scroll up, we can see that moment right there. All right, there is the one and only, the talented Usher Raymond, and there
doesn't he have the herp derp? These rods are crazy, man. Isn't that nuts?
Hey, NBA YoungBoy got the herp derp. He got like 11 baby mamas. It don't matter.
I know. Yeah, and he's only 25. You know, look at that.
There is the plaintiff right there, hot and sweaty, ready to go. I think someone said, "Auntie, please," okay. And now what's the issue? She's having her moment with the one and only Usher Raymond. So what could have went wrong? As we scroll down, the plaintiff says, following the event, the defendants, Ocho Cinco and Shay Shay, made and disseminated false and defamatory statements suggesting that I was married and that my husband was filing for divorce due to my...
This is why any one of you guys that's on that T app or in any of those Facebook groups, you know what I'm saying? Are we dating same guy? You need to sue for defamation. That's crazy that happens. I don't even know why any guy would just date at all in these days, you know?
Participation in this audience experience. I am not married, nor am I currently going through a divorce. She went on to explain, I was not married at the time of the fan participation moment during the Usher concert. Now on Twitter, guys, a lot of people are saying, come on, lady. Now you're asking for 20 million. You don't deserve it. This is a frivolous lawsuit. He didn't defame you. It was all jokes. But is that really the case? Did Shannon Sharpe defame this woman by saying that she was married when she really wasn't, and saying that her husband, who doesn't exist, was going to file divorce papers? To really analyze this, we need to have a little understanding of what defamation is. Here, guys, we can look at the 5 elements of defamation. Elements we...
By the way, guys, Shannon Sharpe is cooked. No, he'll be fine. I mean, he's gonna make more money, obviously. Like his Club Shay Shay thing is not going even if he doesn't get a podcast deal, he makes tons of money doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like that $100 million deal he got, that's gone. ESPN, but he's still fine. He still has enough money. But it's just crazy that he gave that chick the first girl the equivalent of his entire NFL career money.
The crazy part is she's gonna be back asking for money 5 years later. She's not gonna be able to keep that money. That's the saddest part of it. She's gonna be back with her hand out. I promise you. Give it 2 years. She's not gonna know what to do with that money. Somebody else is gonna finesse her. A ninja's probably gonna finesse her out of that money.
It's true. It's true. It'll happen. Secret, what do you think?
You're right. And I'm looking. So this is why I think this is a marvelous time that we're living in. And I just hope I'm around for another 40 years to see how all this plays out. And so, yeah, she's going to get finessed because, I always say, what you are, you attract more of. And if you are someone of low moral character, low value, where the case may be, deceptive, manipulative, you're going to attract people like that. And I always tell people, if you're a liar, deceiver, manipulator, eventually you're going to meet someone who is going to be a better liar, deceiver, and manipulator than you.
Yeah. Here we go, guys. Really, really fast.
Dan, tell everyone what you just told me.
I said my old roommate Brian and his fiance broke off their engagement.
Okay, so Brian broke off his engagement. When?
Recently, I guess. I mean, he told me pretty recently.
And how did this happen?
I don't know how it happened, honestly. We didn't really get that deep into it.
Is there another girl? Was there another person involved? Like, they just randomly broke up?
I don't think there's another person, but I know he mentioned something about cheating.
Someone cheated.
I
Who
guess.
cheated?
I don't know.
How do you not ask? Was he upset? Did he cry?
He's a guy. Guys don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were playing golf. Oh, Chris, oh man, tell me all about it. Like, oh man, that sucks, man. You think cool? We're cool, you know? What?
He didn't. I don't know.
Had they spoken since? Did she give the ring back?
No.
Does his family know? What are they doing about the save the dates? What they do with the deposit?
I don't know. We just were playing golf. We didn't really get deep into the conversation.
How do you not ask these questions?
I don't know.
Is there like the juicy details you need, Dan?
I don't know. I didn't know.
Okay, yeah. You were and that's it, and then play golf.
Yeah, the golf was fun.
What is wrong with you guys?
Nothing. It was a fun time.
That's how guys are. Here we go, guys. Where is it? Look.
I don't know. I just don't think I can run this marathon.
Helping my girlfriend achieve her goals by being an unsupportive boyfriend is really anything to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can't.
Why would you say that? You're the one who said you would run with me every day. You're the one who made me sign up for this.
I mean, maybe like, I just don't think you have it in you.
Okay, well, I don't think you have it in you to run the 4 miles that you signed up for, but fuck you. I'm about to go run right now. I'm about to be so fast. You're about to see me out there break records. Bye.
And here we go. Guys, we all know that's a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
What?
Honey!
Oh no.
You stupid woman!
But they don't need us men, right, guys? Look at that. What a joke. What an absolute joke.
At least you got it away from the car. But no,
Yeah.
I was just thinking about Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. She got finessed. Remember that?
Oh, wait. Scary Spice?
Eddie Murphy's ex-wife.
Which
she got
one?
finessed out of $7 million.
The Scary Spice did.
Oh no, his ex-wife.
Let me see.
The one,
Nicole Murphy.
Yeah, the one that can't leave her friends' men alone.
Ex-wife.
She got like a $20 or $30 million settlement or something, and she got finessed. Yeah.
Ooh, lost money. Eddie Murphy's wife lost a significant amount of money in a fraud scheme. Oh, David Stratus, a childhood friend, self-proclaimed. He convinced her to entrust him with a large portion of her $15 million settlement. promising to invest in overseas for a high rate of return. So he made off her. He led her to believe that he had connections to Middle Eastern, to a Nigerian prince, right? Instead of investing the money, he used the funds for his own lavish lifestyle, including renting cars, moving staff in her home, and going on trips to Vegas. She lost $7 million, but it looks closer to $10 million. All of that, she finally figured out.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Damn, I'd have done it too. Except I'd be in a non-extradition country. Straight up, dude. $10 million out of some 304. Hey, this guy's a hero. I'm serious, man. So, guys, I'm going to end the poll, all right? Let's see where we ended up. Let's see. All right, so we had 119 votes. Will Smith, man, at 50%. Shannon Sharpe's number 2. Russell Wilson's number 3. And Dwayne Wade's last. So,
yeah, that's my lineup, too.
Yeah, I think Will Smith. I
still think
the
Russell
issue.
won.
I think the issue with Russell Wilson is, well, here, I think Russell Wilson's is gonna shoot straight to the top when he gets divorced, because he will get divorced. He will get divorced. Guys, put a 1 if you believe he will get divorced. It's not if, it's when. So, but all right, you guys, I'm gonna shut this bad boy down, guys. I'll do some after hours in Discord. So anyone who wants to jump in Discord, go to the after hours thread. I'll be in there for a little while. And yeah, guys. Hey, Secret, thanks for calling in. Hit me up in Discord, man, and we'll do.
I'm doing it right now.
Passport Bros. Chris, thanks for calling in. Hey man, drop your channel in the chat, bro. Appreciate
No problem,
that.
AJ.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Take it easy.
Take care.